How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Before you throw that away, is there any chance I can have a quick chat to you about it?
Sure.
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I am a passionate buyer, user and renovator of second-hand stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old into new and I sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
That is the most fabulous thing I've seen here. This is so exciting.
In her search for tip treasure.
I love rifling through the rubbish.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers,
Hello, hello.
What have you got today?
I want to do what's right for this piece of rubbish.
she can transform her finds into desirable,
Look at that!
beautiful,
Speechless.
valuable,
You're joking.
and hopefully saleable items.
You always talk my kind of money, Jay. I love doing deals with you.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Wow!
Today we're at the Whitley Community Recycling Centre in Surrey, which is the final resting place for items which are no longer loved or regarded as useful. Well, to most people anyway.
Yesterday we missed some really good things because we went home before the tip closed. So today I'm here till the bitter end, and so are you.
Sarah's challenge today is to search out 3 items which she believes could be reworked and turned from trash into cash. And she's just spied Colin with an item which would have most other people stumped.
I know it sounds really strange, but that looks fantastic. So was that your gatepost or?
It was an old gatepost, yeah. It was from a house we moved a couple of years ago, and a gatepost.
So you took it with you?
No. Actually, it was an old gatepost. They put new gateposts in. This was just left at the side, and I've actually used half of it already
Okay.
as a lamp.
Well, do you know something? I was just thinking that I'm looking for something to use as a base of a lamp.
No.
So that is, mine might be a side light, but I think that would make a really cool, just that little bit there,
No, for sure.
might be just great for me to use, if you don't mind me having it.
You're more than welcome to have this lump of wood.
I'd love it. That's brilliant.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
It was surplus to requirements, just brought it to the local dump to get rid of it. There you are. Somebody else wants to use it. Fantastic.
You can't put a price tag on that kind of age and that grain and that look it's got. I think that this pattern here on the base will just make the most fantastic bottom to a light.
And luckily for Sarah, she has just the couple in mind who will be able to help her handle that potential light's bottom. Hidden away in an East London garden shed, creative couple Abigail Booth and Max Bainbridge run a successful business making handmade homeware from reclaimed natural materials.
We're so flooded with manufactured throwaway consumer items. It's like actually we decided we wanted to make things that lasted.
Being out in kind of woodlands and forests sourcing stuff, there's a real physicality that you have to enjoy.
Colin's old stump will clearly be in safe hands with Max and Abigail. Back in Whitley at the tip, the plundering continues with Sarah on the lookout for her next item to salvage.
But there could be anything. That's what's so exciting.
It's almost palpable.
Not the lawnmowers.
Talking of gardens, what type of socks does a gardener wear? Garden hose, of course. Oh, God. With 2 more items left to find, Sarah has spotted the white van of Dominic and Bernard.
I love the look of your sofa.
Well, the sofa was going to be dumped. It is unbelievably uncomfortable.
If it isn't comfortable, then that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Brilliant. Should we just pop it down over this way?
Actually, we should put the cushions as they should be, no? As we throw them.
Hand it over to an expert. Here you go. These are lovely. These are feather cushions. They've got a really good weight to them, haven't they?
That's one way of putting it.
I think that it's something that looks like it was a really quality, heavy-duty piece of furniture when it was first made, and I'm looking for things that maybe I can give a new lease of life to. Would it be something that you'd let me have a go at? And
Absolutely. I mean, if you could add value to that, that's fine.
that's great. Can't wait to get my hands on it and do something with it. That's fantastic. I absolutely love this. It's charming, it's sweet, it's little, it'll refurbish beautifully, and it'll be commercial. This will fit into any house. It's not some enormous piece that can't fit anywhere. So this is a real find. Oh, look, it reels really easily too.
If only we were all so easily pleased.
My wife must have had it for 20 to 30 years. And I don't think it was new then. But I'm very pleased that somebody thinks they can make something better of it.
It might be some time.
There's no time for lounging around when we have to find a solution for that sofa. Luckily, Sarah knows a man who can help. Upholsterer and furniture maker Anthony Devine runs one of the UK's leading upholstery schools in Manchester. He does, though, have a slightly unconventional approach.
I'm not traditionally kind of trained as a designer, so I don't draw anything out. I don't particularly plan anything out. I just kind of lunge at it.
Lunging or not, his skill is the art of being experimental within the ethos of design, while staying in the realms of traditional upholstery technique.
I like to explore other things in what a traditional upholsterer would do, so I would use digital fabrics. I like to mix like kind of screen printing and printing your own fabrics. Yeah, I like to explore opportunities.
That's great news, as although Anthony doesn't know it yet, Sarah's about to provide him with his next big opportunity, in the shape of the old floral Saggy sofa. With 2 items already safely banked, the search continues for the third and final item of the day. So there's no time for any of that monkeying around. It's one thing clearing up and keeping the dump shipshape, but Sarah has spotted an ocean-going vessel in the boot of Richard's Cavalier.
Make my day. Tell me that you're throwing out the canoe.
It's yours.
No
what you're
way.
supposed to say is that a kayak in your Cavalier, or are you just pleased to see me?
I'll make the jokes round here, thank you.
So yes,
Is that a
I am.
kayak, and is it free to take?
It is, yes.
We're looking for things that we might be able to make into other things and perhaps recycle or restore, but I think that this just looks so fantastic. I've got to be able to make it into
It's
something.
natural, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
I'm so pleased, because I thought, what do I do with it? I can't... And I had great difficulty getting it in there, and I had to take a seat out to do it. And I had actually thought of sawing off the end.
I'm
'cause it
so
was
pleased you didn't.
I tried everything, and I thought, yeah, how can you deliver a canoe with, cut up like a cucumber?
It's fabulous. If
Anyhow, yes.
let's have a closer look at it. Was it yours, and have you canoed and kayaked all over the place in it?
No, there's no great history of daring do with this.
Fantastic. Fantastic. It's just brilliant. We haven't had anything like this that we can work on. So if we could take it away, and maybe I could come back and show you what I've done with it. Would that be all right?
Yeah.
And
Seriously, going to try and do something with it, other than being a canoe.
yeah, definitely. And then you're going to ask me what I'm going to do, and you know, so I haven't got a clue. Right now, I haven't got a clue.
I haven't known that to stop you before, Sarah.
Is it a one-woman canoe? Is it?
Could be better, yeah, that's all right.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
We've just been up and down the river, playing about, but it's got to go, because we're going to somewhere else and we can't keep it, and it hasn't even got a river where we're going, so there's not a lot of point.
I can't wait to design something around this. I'm thinking sofa, I'm thinking drinks, I'm thinking just amazing. This is going to look fantastic. It's going to be great. I'm going to make a fortune out of this.
Do you ever get the feeling of being up a creek without a paddle? Well, the good news is, on this occasion, we do have a kayak. So, Max and Abigail will lick the lump of wood into some sort of shape, Anthony will alter the floral sofa, and Sarah will grab the gunnels and tackle the kayak herself.
I found some little gems today. They might look like diamonds in the rough at the moment, but by the time I finish with them, they're going to be shiny bright and worth an absolute fortune.
Walthamstow in East London is home to a unique and quirky garden shed, which is where creative couple Max and Abigail specialise in producing luxury handmade homeware. They're blissfully unaware of what Sarah's bringing along today.
Knowing Sarah, it could be anything. You could end up with some pallets, because, you know, it could be...
It could be anything.
But they have had experience of Sarah's dump finds before.
What Sarah thinks is a kind of feasible idea could be somewhat of a challenge.
Yeah.
Now, there are some things that I begin to wonder why I rescued, and this is definitely one of them. I don't know why I didn't put it in the skip, but I'm hoping that Max and Abigail will be able to manage to make something out of it.
I've no idea what Max and Abigail are going to do with that lump of old wood. You could say I'm stumped, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
How are you? A little something for you to work some magic on.
Fantastic.
Magic is the...
Magic will be needed.
Yeah, it's not the finest piece of wood I've ever seen.
Let's be optimistic.
I'm not sure that optimism is enough here.
Yeah, what should we call it? Striking?
Yes.
Striking's a good word. Good, wow.
It was a gate post, obviously, and the guy who dropped it off had cut this bit off and reclaimed the other bits. He could use it, so this really is the waste of the waste.
So
Right.
he took the good bit.
So he took the best bit of a kind of bad lot. And,
Let's look at underneath, because there is some supposedly solid here. I mean, that is pretty solid, this bit here.
Is it something that's worth taking on, or do I take this back to the tip and just say, we've tried, but actually this is not workable?
No, I think we'll definitely give it a go.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Are you
don't take
sure?
it back
Yeah,
before
I think
we've tried.
A couple of examples that we've got of where we've kind of worked things in the past, where it's kind of taken just taken a kind of a lump that's really quite badly rotten, like this.
And what kind of money should we be talking about to just have a go at
I
turning
think-
that into something?
I think for the sake of just giving it a go, I think 50 quid just to cover the cost of labour and that kind of stuff, and we'll just have a bit of a play and see what we can do.
I would just be amazed if you can transform that into anything. So I don't think you have to feel worried about taking that on and making. I would just love to see something made out of it. And
Okay, well, yeah, we'll see this as a bit of a kind of just a bit of a sort of experiment and giving it a bit of a go.
great. Well, let me give you these lovely things back, and I'll
Thank you
leave
very
you
much.
with that little beauty.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
All right.
Bye bye.
See you later. Thanks.
Well, I think it's pretty amazing that Max and Abigail can even begin to think about taking on a project like that. And I know that if they can't do anything with it, then really nobody can.
Not what we were expecting, if I'm honest. As we were saying to Sarah, just to kind of have a play, give it a go, and yeah, see what we can get, really.
So Sarah has left Abigail and Max with a budget of just £50 to play with. If their magic doesn't produce the goods for this old gatepost, it will be once more destined for the dump.
Sarah's coming today. I'm just waiting to see. Normally you just don't know what she's getting when she turns up. Who knows what she's going to bring, but every time she surprises me.
It looks really cool when you find it at the tip, but by the time you bring it here, it's just looking a bit embarrassing.
A chair would be nice and simple, but things are never quite that simple. So yeah, hopefully a chair. Just a nice looking mid-century modern kind of chair.
Right. Hiya.
Hello, you all right?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
I'm actually a bit embarrassed about what I brought here for you. Come and have a look.
Oh my God.
Ta-da!
Oh my God.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I have seen a lot worse.
Well,
Right,
do you want to
should we get it inside?
do that, yeah, and then we can have a proper look at it? I think it's on wheels, but we could lift it.
Do you want me to go backwards, being a gent and all?
Oh, that's very nice. Don't look at my bum.
Right.
See, nice and substantial, well
The
made.
frame's not bad. The frame's not bad. I'll give you that.
How far's that going to go? So, the people who dropped it off said they lived in a little cottage, so they'd always needed quite petite pieces of furniture.
size.
But their major complaint about it was the fact that whenever they sat in it, it was actually just really uncomfortable.
It looks really soft. I mean, the seats very soft. The cushions are virtually gone. We're going to lose these straight away. Out
Yep.
of fashion. Don't like the frills. We need to improve on the seat depth, so I think we lose these as well. And then we either retain the seat cushions, but we definitely need to bring them forward, so we increase the seat depth back to front, or we basically just have a fixed seat, so imagine it looking more like that. See how it's turning more modern? All them out there, and then put a bit of shape into the back of it. Maybe raise it up, get rid of these skirts at the bottom, and see how it's starting to lose all its weight.
You're talking a really good game here, but it sounds like it might be really expensive. What kind of money are we talking about?
Do it for 800.
All in for 800?
900.
Can we leave it at 8 and see if you can squeeze it in? If it runs over budget.
Right, we'll go 800. Because it's you, so.
That sofa is now in a really safe pair of hands with Anthony. I love his ideas for it. It's going to look really high-end, really luxury, and hopefully have a price tag to match.
It's going to grow as we get involved in it. Some things may change, and we may change things back, but hopefully it won't look too dissimilar to this, but different when she returns.
So, Anthony has radical plans, but with a price tag of £800, Sarah's going to have to achieve a premium price if she's to make a profit on this saggy sofa. From a saggy seat to a potentially soggy seat. Back home, Sarah has grand plans for Richard's old kayak.
As it turns out, I don't think there's anybody else other than me who can actually work on this. But I think it's going to be amazing and possibly one of my favourite projects.
When you see a kayak, you don't automatically think, wow, that's going to make an ideal desk. But that's the plan Sarah has for this little beauty.
I just thought it was a really obvious thing to do with the Camus to turn it into a desk. And I was wondering about polishing it all up and making it look like a really smart version, but I think I've got to keep these signs of wear and tear because they're all part of its history, aren't they?
On a very serious note, this kayak is made from fiberglass, which, when cut, can produce particles which are dangerous to health.
Could make a dog bed. Would you like a canoe dog bed?
Bramble takes no time at all to think of an answer to that question. Fiberglass should only be cut by a professional wearing the correct personal protective equipment. I think what we're saying is, don't do this at home. Cut fiberglass, that is, not change your kayak into a desk. Sarah has managed to find a local company who are specialists in bespoke design metal and glass fibre fabrication. Colin is awaiting her arrival, kayak and all.
I haven't bothered cleaning it yet because I was just thinking if I can't do anything with it, then I'm not going to waste my time cleaning it. So I'm thinking desk.
Right.
Do you see that immediately?
Well, I assume you're just going to cut a section out and lay it in flat?
Yeah. So it'll literally be, hopefully, just a cut along here, and then round here, and along here. It's just getting, just those little cuts, and there may be some sort of support in here. I don't know what you call that kind of thing to...
Being a seagoing vessel, let's call it a bulkhead then.
Okay, bulkhead.
Yeah.
That I love a term. Okay, so if there's one up there and maybe one there...
If to support the legs up to the bulkheads, we put a ply through there.
Yeah, I'm loving the weave.
That would then, that will give support right the way across. It won't bow in or anything under the weight. So that should be absolutely fine.
So, with a plan in mind, Sarah's having the kayak cut with all the necessary safety precautions in place. As we never had a paddle, let's hope this drastic alteration doesn't leave us up a creek, as we no longer have a kayak either.
Fantastic.
Right.
Oh, you've made my day.
Made something.
Don't be rude about my kayak.
Never one to miss an opportunity, Sarah pushes on, creating the strengthening bulkheads.
So how much do you think it's going to be for all of that with the materials? What are we looking at, do you think? Because there's obviously more than where we started from earlier.
I know, but I think demonstrating to people what you can do with something as opposed to throwing it away is an amazing thing. So I'll say £50 for £50.
I can't just give you £50 because 75,
Okay.
75.
There you are.
Honestly,
Lovely. That's
you
all
have
right.
been amazing.
Fine.
Back with Max, Abigail and the rotting gatepost.
So that's all really quite kind of gone. That's just all breaking away there. So we'll just have a look. So we'll kind of break this down a bit more, and see what else we can get. But all of that is really, really gone.
Now, I'm no expert on dead wood, but when I see a large bloke hitting a small piece of wood with a big hammer and very little happens, that would indicate that it's rather more solid than first meets the eye. But of course, if at first you don't succeed, try again with a chainsaw.
Probably get something quite decent, a quite decent size out of that, I think.
Very unexpected.
Yeah, great. Okay, let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
I don't like to say I told you so. After removing that old rotten surround at the heart of this old oak, there does appear to be enough wood to work with after all.
That'll be fine.
So could you get quite a decent sized one? From
Yeah, so I think,
that?
because obviously it's going to be round, so it only needs to be square, really. So
If it's going to be round, it only needs to be square. I'll have to go and think about that one for a bit. Max, meanwhile, cracks on, turning the now square, soon to be round stump on the lathe.
the core seems to be pretty solid, which is good as well as surprising. Because when Sarah brought it, it was kind of like not even touch and go. I just thought we weren't going to get anything. So it's actually good that there's some kind of solid wood that we can kind of work with and turn something out of. Cool. It's quite amazing, if I say so myself. No, I'm really pleased. That's great.
Well, it's a testament to how hard the oak is, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all it's testament to, isn't it?
Ah,
just
the
the hardness of the oak, yeah. Yeah. Oh well, we'll let Sarah take all the credit then.
Yeah.
For bringing all the the magnificent materials that she brought us.
She knew all along. She knew all along it was going to be good inside.
In Manchester, Anthony's well underway with his plans to modernise that old floral sofa.
Put the first kind of base coat on, and we're just going to put some more kind of spray on here, and then we're going to pull this apart. And we're going to photograph it from above and then have it digitally printed. To be honest, people will probably think, what is going on? But these are the ideas that kind of tick away in my head.
You're scaring me a little bit now, Anthony. Perhaps you should take up a hobby. Spend a little time away from soft furnishings. Do something different at the weekends, maybe.
I've stripped a fair few sofas in my time, but never quite like this before. Let's just start exposing bits and pieces. Right, and we'll go for all the finer detail after that. That's pretty much how we want it to look in terms of deconstruction. So now the process is, what we're going to do is prepare it so we can photograph it and then have it all digitally printed.
Taking photos of all the destructive detail inflicted on the poor old sofa will allow Anthony to create a brand new re-upholstered seat, which looks as though it's been vandalised.
We've photographed these at very high resolution and we send it over to our printers that then will put it through a huge printer and then print it all onto fabric for us.
Of course, before beginning to re-upholster, all that old covering has to be removed, and fortunately, while Anthony is at the printers, able assistant Lee is let loose on the sofa, and not in a gentle way either.
Just converting it from being what was like a kind of a country cottage style sofa into something a bit more modern and urban. And one of the ways we're going to do that is by dropping the height of the back, probably down to here somewhere. We're also going to slightly lower the arm by probably removing this part here and all of this. Also, just while we're here, the first thing you do when we're covering a sofa is rip out the seat to see what goodies you can find as well. What do we have? We have a winning lottery ticket from 2004. How long did it last for?
I might get it.
Still waiting on the big reveal where we open it and we strip it and all the wads of cash fall out, which we would obviously return to the rightful owner.
not so sure Lee thinks that's a great idea. So the physical transformation of the sorry sofa begins by dismantling the frame and reshaping it into a new contemporary figure.
Ta-da! Done.
Not much to this upholstery malarkey. I reckon I could have done that. Oh, sorry, you're not finished.
Sarah's due in about 72 hours. T-minus 72 hours. So, yeah, we should be just about ready for her to sit on it, I think.
She might need to bring her own cushion by the look of things. Back at home in West Sussex, Sarah feels as though she's paddling upstream with her kayak transformation.
Next time somebody drops off a kayak at the tip, I'll probably think twice about picking it up, because turning it into a desk, a little bit of a nightmare.
Sarah has bought online a set of 4 pre-bent hairpin legs, which she's bolting through the holes that she's drilled in the bottom of the boat.
Where I thought everything would just really neatly bolt together, I'm having to adjust it slightly every time, mainly using a hammer.
Once the alterations were complete, all that was left was to give it a lick of paint.
Just trying to get a real depth of colour to it so it looks really well finished.
And a real good polish.
If you'd like to take on a really challenging project, try turning a canoe into a console table. It's really hard work, but it's definitely worth it.
When Sarah kept this kayak from being discarded at the dump, it was a sorry-looking item, and I know that there were those of you who thought she'd bitten off more than she could chew. Well, without hesitation, Sarah has sunk her teeth in and created an eye-catching console table. Admittedly, its proportions would not suit your average semi, but it's sure to attract admiring glances wherever it finds its new home. To turn the old kayak into a console table, Sarah has spent £125 on materials and a further £175 on labour, which totals £300. All she's looking for now is somebody with a need for a kayak console table who owns a rather long haul. Back at the dump, Sarah's keen eye spotted a kayak in the back of Richard's car.
There's no great history of daring do for this.
Richard couldn't believe what he was hearing.
Seriously, you're going to try and do something with it, other than being a canoe.
Yeah, definitely. And then you're going to ask me what I'm going to do, and you know, I haven't got a clue. Right now, I haven't got a clue.
Luckily, inspiration came to Sarah, and with a little help from friends, she was able to turn it into a kayak console table. Sarah was lucky enough to sell the kayak console table to specialist retro homeware shop The Old Cinema in London. Sarah's returned to Hazelmere to show Richard what became of his kayak and to hand over any profit.
Hello. Hi, Richard. Lovely to see you again.
Good to see you.
Come on down. Let me show you the pictures of the kayak. So there are lots of lovely designers who we have got who are helping us make things into amazing stuff from the tip.
Yeah.
And none of them worked with fiberglass.
Right.
So I have embraced fiberglass, and I have turned your kayak into a kayak console.
Oh, that is terrific. That's ace.
In my mind's eye, when I was making it, I thought it's going to end up in somewhere like a shop or somewhere where you could have a till on it, or perhaps somebody, you know, in a very cool bar, maybe mixing music on it or doing something like that.
It's a real winner, isn't it?
It is a winner, and somebody loved it and they bought it. So it cost £300 to make it look like a gleaming, fantastic console table, and I sold it for £450. So I've got £150 to give to you there.
It's wonderful, £150. This is going to go towards the next kayak and your next success. Yes?
Do you need another kayak? Have you got room for another kayak in your life?
That's history, but this tops it completely. That's wonderful. And what you've created.
Oh, you know, that's fantastic. I'm so pleased you let me have it. It was a really good, fun project. So, Richard, who knows how far our console canoes will go?
Yes, there's a great future.
So, with the kayak costing £300 to convert and Sarah managing a sale of £450, that's left a profit for Richard of £150.
I love it when they love it. And that was another great example of somebody who wanted their transformed trash back.
The final result is superb. The finish is terrific. The idea was inspired, and whoever's got it, I'm really quite envious. I think it's terrific. I think it's a slightly better table than a canoe, in fact.
Although we find ourselves back in the very urban setting of Walthamstow, Sarah has returned very sheepishly to Max and Abigail's to see what has become of the rotten old gatepost.
The last time I was here, I dropped off a gatepost that literally crumbled in Max and Abigail's hands before they'd even started work on it. So the chances of making a profit on this one, I think, are really slim.
She was pretty embarrassed at what she was leaving us with, and I don't think we were particularly filled with hope.
That old gatepost was certainly nothing to look at back at the dump. But with a huge amount of skill and craft, what was once deemed beyond salvage has become a range of wondrous wooden bowls. Consisting of 2 sets of pinch bowls, an oak pot and 3 further shallow bowls, Max and Abigail have worked their magic to create some truly beautiful wooden tableware.
This is my favourite bit. Even though that gatepost was really bad, I'm still excited.
Welcome.
You're joking. Seriously?
Yeah, 100%. That's the reaction we wanted, isn't it?
That's good. That's gone down well.
Absolute genius. Honestly, and these pieces that came out of it as well.
Yeah, so we thought it was quite nice to just kind of keep some...
We'll keep a bit of the signs of age, so here you can really see actually how solid... So if that's the edge, I mean, there was a hell of a lot of solid... It wasn't much of that before you actually hit solid wood.
Yeah.
To come back and find this is, yeah, really cool. I think I left you with a budget of £50. Because you managed to do so much work, has that changed?
There was a slight amount of cursing of your name after you'd left, but then I would say we spent probably about 100 quid. In total. If that sounds okay with you, and I think what we've produced, we can hopefully make that back and
more.
With some profit on top as well.
Well, I'm definitely going to check your gateposts on the way out because I can't believe that all came out of that thing. That's amazing, really cool. That's brilliant. Thank you so much for those.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Genuine surprise. So this completely exceeds my expectation of what I was going to see here today. From rotten old gatepost to this, I mean, the level of craftsmanship is amazing. And I might even make as much as £50 worth of profit.
We genuinely thought that we weren't going to get much and that it wasn't going to be, that it wasn't going to be that great. But no, I think
she's pleased.
Yeah, I think she's really pleased.
So even with Max and Abigail upping the cost, this transformation from a gammy old gatepost to wooden pinch pots of perfection cost just £100. I think I can see these selling for a profit, at a pinch. Back in Whitley, Sarah was not the only one to spot the potential of the old rotten gatepost. Colin had already had a bright idea.
I've actually used half of it already.
Okay.
As a lamp. Surplus to requirements, just brought it to the local dump to get rid of it. There you are, somebody else wants to use it, fantastic.
Well, you can't make things look like that, so for me that was just perfect.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Having been transformed from gatepost to tableware, all that remained was for Sarah to find a sale. And online homeware retail outlets such and such stepped into the breach. They snapped up the complete collection.
Looking forward to having them on the site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Seeing people's responses to them. It's always nice. And,
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Nice to see you
Cheers.
again. Bye.
Sarah's returned to Surrey to deliver the good news to Colin, along with, hopefully, some cash.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Colin. How are you?
I haven't seen you since Whitley Dump, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much nicer around here, isn't it?
It is much nicer than Whitley Dump, for sure, yeah.
Have I just seen the other half of your gatepost?
You may well
Is
have,
it out there with the light on it?
You may well have just seen the other half of my gatepost. Well, that was the part that, of course, I didn't need the part that I took to the dump. That's what I needed, so I threw it away.
And you laughed at me at the tip. You laughed at me taking your gatepost away.
Well, only because I've already done something with it, you see, and it was only the small part that didn't need.
So it turns out you weren't the only person to laugh at me, because Max and Abigail, who I took your old gatepost to, they really laughed as well.
I'm not surprised.
So here I have some pictures to show you of what they made.
That is absolutely incredible.
It had that big spiky bit left in it, didn't it? So
yes.
all these little bowls came out of that, and then they turned some bowls from the larger, chunkier bit as well.
I did not expect that. That is absolutely incredible.
We have sold all of those bowls for £165.
Golly.
Which is good news, because your old stump now has brought you £65.
That is incredible, isn't it?
I'm really chuffed,
For an old
actually.
post, I get £65.
Yeah.
Golly. That is incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible.
With costs of £100 and a sale price of £165, Colin has £65 profit. So what will he do with this massive windfall?
I'm a great advocate of charity, and it will go to a good cause. It will probably go to the Alzheimer's Society.
Well, that's very generous of you. If you want to spend any of it on you, it is money for nothing, so you're allowed to do exactly what you like with it.
I might equally just treat myself to a small libation in the local hostelry.
I think that sounds like a cracking plan.
Sarah's returning to Anthony's workshop back in Manchester to collect what was the forlorn floral sofa.
We only got the fabric kind of less than 24 hours ago, so we basically had to transform it overnight, so I haven't been to bed.
When I was last here, Anthony had some radical plans for my chintzy old sofa. But he is a master of upholstery, and I know he won't disappoint.
This one is, well, it's out of my comfort zone and definitely out of hers, so we'll see how she likes it.
Anthony has taken that old floral sofa destined for the dump and transformed it into a brand new refurbished floral sofa that looks like it's destined for the dump. Underneath that unusual appearance, this saggy old sofa has been stripped back to the bare bones, massaged and moulded into a new modern shape and covered in brand new material created with cutting-edge printing techniques.
Hello.
Hello, how are we?
Yeah, really well. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
And you? How's it gone?
Let's go.
Oh my word.
There's a lot to take in. Do you like it? It's the new shabby chic. That's what we're calling it.
It looks like it might be dirty, doesn't it?
I know. Forever pulling,
Just get that bit of fluff
bits
off.
out.
I think it's really clever, isn't it?
I'm not sure if it's ever been done before.
To put back the old texture onto the new, Can you
just get a bit of fluff off the end there?
No, that's real. Just looking at that, there's a mark on the back as well. Who do you reckon is going to snap this up? Where's this go?
I'm thinking probably design agencies, PR companies, and marketing. Somebody that's got like a little funky office and wants a kind of reception area.
So we're looking for a funky office currently without a sofa to snap up this chic and unique seat. But in order to know how much to charge, we have to know how much we spent.
I had to bring Lee in because I was running behind you, putting me under pressure all the time. But I'll take him out for a pint, and we're still on budget.
I'll buy the pork scratchings, OK?
Very well then.
Yeah, I like pork scratchings.
I didn't know you could get pork scratchings quite so far south as Sussex. I thought they became crackling as it passes Watford. So with the deal struck, all that remains is to get the sofa in the van. Oh, and sell it, of course.
Well, Anthony has definitely delivered on the radical. That sofa is a really clever design, and he's identified that niche market to help me sell it.
Obviously, it's not Sarah's normal kind of style. It's different to what I'm used to, although these things are always rattling around in my head. Yeah, I'm really pleased, really pleased.
Despite an initial scare regarding the budget being blown, Anthony has in fact been able to complete this project for the agreed amount of £800. And a packet of pork scratches, of course. Back at the dump in Whitley, Sarah spotted Bernard and Dominic sneaking a sofa from the back of their van.
Well, the sofa was going to be dumped. It is unbelievably uncomfortable.
Would it be something that you'd let me have a go at? And
Absolutely. I mean, if you could add value to that, that's fine.
can't wait to get my hands on it and do something with it. That's fantastic.
Sarah was not the only one keen to get her hands on Bernard and Dominic's old sofa. Family-run business Smithers of Stamford, who specialise in the sale of one-off vintage retro and quirky items, were also quick to see the appeal and snapped up Anthony's shabby chic sofa. Sarah has returned to Whitley to catch up with Bernard and meet Sue, the sofa's owner, to show what became of their once saggy seat.
Hello again. Hi there, Sarah. Hi there. Hello.
Good to see you again.
Oh,
It's my
hi there.
wife, Sue.
Hi there, Sue. Hi there. How do you do, Sarah?
I'm fine.
Hi
Nice
there.
to meet you.
Thank you very much for letting us come and show you a little bit of what we did with your.
Yes.
Is it your stepdaughter's? Your
It's
daughter's
my daughter's, yeah,
sofa.
my daughter's sofa. Yeah. Well, it was actually my sofa. I lent it to my daughter because she needed some furniture.
Okay. Well, I need you to brace yourself. Okay.
For what you've done to it.
Yes. Okay. Don't be
anything's
too
better
shocked.
than throwing it away, isn't it?
Well, it definitely hasn't been thrown away, so I'm going.
Good.
Don't be too shocked, because basically it has been graffitied and torn apart, and then photographed, and
Goodness
then
me.
reupholstered.
Goodness me.
Is that what?
It's amazing.
It's not what you'd expect,
No,
though,
it's
is it?
not what you'd expect.
It actually takes £800 to get something to look like
I was
that.
going to
I
say.
couldn't imagine.
So it's and while we were kind of deliberating about whether we thought it was amazing or not, somebody made an offer on it.
No.
Yes, we made an offer that made us £180 worth of profit to give back to you.
Gosh, £180 for something that went to the dump. That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Well, I'm glad you met. Fantastic. Thank you.
Is there anything that you're saving up for, or that you need?
We're going on holiday soon. I'll spend it, or we go out for a super meal, or I don't know. Well, something nice with it.
Lovely. Well, it's all
Frivolous.
yours.
But it
I
won't
will.
be another sofa, that's for sure.
Anthony managed to transform Bernard and Sue's old floral sofa for £800, and with the sale making £980, that was £180 profit for Bernard and Sue, just for taking an old floral sofa to the tip.
So that was one of the more radical transformations, but I think we got away with it, because what I wasn't expecting was Sue and Bernard actually to really like it.
Yeah, I do.
It's now a bit quirky, isn't it?
It's
really?
very quirky.
Very quirky, but
It's great.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
So, Sarah's managed to make money from all three items saved from the dump. The wooden tableware turned from an old oak stump, the vandalised shabby chic sofa, and of course the kayak console table.
Well, that was a really mad mix of things. Some old bits of wood, a sofa, and my favourite, the canoe. But I'm really glad we took a chance on them and that it all made a little bit of money for nothing.
How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Before you throw that away, is there any chance I can have a quick chat to you about it?
Sure. That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skid.
I am a passionate buyer, user and renovator of second-hand stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old into new and I sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
That is the most fabulous thing I've seen here. This is so exciting.
In her search for tip treasure.
I love rifling through the rubbish.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers.
Hello, hello.
What have you got today?
I want to do what's right for this piece of rubbish.
She can transform her finds into desirable,
Look at that.
beautiful,
Speechless.
valuable,
You're joking.
and hopefully saleable items.
You always talk my kind of money, Jay. I love doing deals with you.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Wow!
Stockport near Manchester. And at the Bredbury Recycling Centre, around 2,000 tonnes of stuff is unceremoniously chucked, dumped and ditched into tips every month. On the lookout for potential treasures is Sarah Moore.
I'm really open-minded about what might come in today. I'd love to find something that's an antique or something, but any metal, anything we can cut up, anything we can weld together, so much potential.
Sarah has special permission to scout these skips, so please don't go raiding your local recycling centre. Sarah's on a mission. She's got to save 3 items from the crusher that she can transform into something beautiful to sell on.
How about you? Got anything exciting in there?
Any profit she makes will go straight back to whoever dumped it in the first place. So they'll get some money for nothing. Sarah's in line for her first find of the day. She spotted some ancient history in Robert's boot.
Just wondering what you're chucking out today, or are you dropping off the old barrow?
It's over 100 years old. And I've saved it. I don't know why I saved it, but I did.
I can tell why you saved it. There's something so appealing about that, isn't there? It's history and it's
oddballs, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in your camp, I have to say.
I think it came out of an old mill. They call them a sack truck, though.
Yeah, they used to have them all the railway station, didn't they? But this is a really heavy-duty one, so that's going to be something industrial, isn't it?
Made of cast iron many years ago.
Yeah. Is there any chance that you'd let me take it away and do something with it?
Well, I'd have to charge you a smile, at least a smile.
I'll definitely give you a smile for that.
And sold for a smile.
Bye now.
Thank you ever so much.
Wait a minute, what about that smile? Lovely.
It feels really cool. I'm just talking about your sack barrow. It has seen better days. It's got cast iron wheels on the bottom, and this one has worn away on one side, is broken, but I think it's got great appeal.
Sarah sees great potential, but what would Robert do?
If she puts a plant in it, then it can be turned towards the sun different seasons. But anything like that, anything old, people go potty for.
Too true, Robert, too true. But Sarah's got other money-making ideas.
This would make a fantastic coffee table. I'm just wondering whether we just support a huge sheet of glass on it. It's great, lovely.
A coffee table, that's more like it.
Right now.
So Sarah has her first item, but she'll need some help.
There's that little gold mine in that car.
And when it comes to heavy metal, Sarah knows the perfect person to take this on. Artist blacksmith Beck Simon bangs, grinds, welds and smelts metal into bespoke beauties. Her unique pieces are normally specially commissioned, so Sarah's project could be an adventure.
Working with found objects is quite different from what we normally do, because we work with our clients and we produce designs and we work with them. So this is kind of like really freeing up the mind and seeing, you know, what object we've got and how we can make it work into something really cool, modern and yeah, desirable. So it's going to be fun.
Bex has no idea what's coming her way. Let's hope her imagination is ignited by the wobbly old sack barrow. So that's one item swiped and 2 more to find.
I'm just looking to see what's around. trying to work out if I could actually make something out of some golf clubs because somebody's just thrown a whole load away.
Hands off, Sarah. If it's in the skip, it's out of bounds. So get yourself back to those car boots.
Ooh, quite an interesting bag in there.
Hello, what's all this then? Best mates Sean and Kevin have arrived with a boot full of booty.
What's the furniture you're dropping off? Oh, really? Oh, look, you've got a lucky penny down there. You better hang on to that. That'll bring you a lot of luck. So, may I just have it? Does that just slide out?
Solid wood.
Yeah, it's obviously been around for a bit. It's solid wood. It's got nice dovetail joints, so it's definitely got some integrity to it. I mean, I think that anything old will eventually only go up in value because it gets scarcer and scarcer, and somebody in the end is going to say, I just want to have that. Yeah.
I watched a programme and there was a wall unit.
Yeah.
To me, it just looked nothing.
Yeah.
But the value of it turned out to be just over £1,000.
Really? Well, you just got to hope you've got one on your wall then, haven't you? That is actually something that we might be able to reuse, perhaps make into something else. Yeah. Would that be okay to take it away and see what we can do with it?
Yeah, of course it is. As long as it goes through good home,
Very pleased with that. That's lovely.
Sarah knows exactly how to make money out of this, and Sean's got ideas of his own.
I've sand it down, restain it, put some new handles on, tidy it up and probably sell it on the auction or something.
Brown furniture has got such a bad reputation, and when you look at this you can probably imagine why, but I think that we have some potential here.
Second item saved, and Sarah knows someone who can help the drawers make more than just a pretty penny. Exciting young designer Zoe Murphy has taken the reconditioned furniture world by storm. Zoe's a screen printing and textile design queen. Her bright 50s-inspired designs add a burst of colour to old furniture. She even sells bespoke pieces to Liberties of London, and her work sells at a premium.
I work predominantly by putting images onto old pieces of furniture. Everything I make is a lot of the time about fun. I'm based in Margate. I really kind of revel in all the sort of faded glory and glamour of the place. So I really believe that things should always be given a second chance, and I try to see the good in stuff like that.
Well, let's hope she can see the good in those old drawers. It's going to take more than a few flowery stencils to make them into something saleable. But I'm sure Zoe has what it takes. Touch wood. Now Sarah's got to search for her third and final item that will put her own talents to good use. And she's found the perfect bit of kit for a nosy Parker.
I'm loving this. This has given me a whole new dimension to the recycling centre. I don't have to run up and down anymore. This is brilliant. Might do some bird watching as well.
Well, Sarah, you're not far off a magpie yourself. And if there's one thing magpies like, it's metal. Nicola and Stephen's kitchen ceiling is in the back of their van. Strange place to keep it. But Sarah's spotted something shiny in there.
Hiya. What are you doing there? What are you chucking out?
The copper pipe and the ceiling from the kitchen.
Have you had a bit of a shocker?
Yes.
We left the bath on then.
It's the shower.
Oh, really? I'm loving the copper pipe. Any chance I can have a look at it? And
It's
see
all
what...
yours.
Really?
All yours.
Yep.
I think... Brilliant. This is just what I need. I love the fact it's all worn out. So you're getting a whole new bathroom and a whole new kitchen ceiling, or?
All at the same time.
Well, we're doing the kitchen, and now we've got to do the bathroom.
At the same time.
Well, I tell you, if there's any value in what I make out of it, that will be coming to you. So maybe you can help pay for a new sink or something like that. That's fab. Thank you ever so much for that. Thank you. Brilliant. I've been looking for those all day.
Copper load of that. Oh dear.
Now I'm really pleased with this. Look at those. Whole load of copper pipes. They've got heaps of potential, and I think I can make a load of money out of them. I'm not going to tell you how, though. This is my little secret.
I reckon she'll make a trombone or some dangly earrings. Oh, yeah, might get some for the missus. Sarah's going to turn Nicola and Stephen's domestic disaster into a lucky break. But how?
I have no idea. No idea.
There we go. So we'll get on with the brand new kitchen and a brand new bathroom now.
Yeah.
Well, it all sounds like a bit of a pipe dream to me. Sarah's three-piece scavenger hunt is complete. Bex will give Robert's sack barrow an uplift. Zoe will wake up the tired chest of drawers Sean and Kevin brought in. And Sarah's going to turn those scrappy old coppers into a golden opportunity for Nicola and Stephen, if only we knew how.
I found some absolute little gems here today. They might look like diamonds in the rough at the moment, but I'm going to turn them into things that totally sparkle and make money out of them along the way.
Sarah's first stop is deep in the heart of the picturesque Surrey countryside, where, in amongst the tranquility of country living, there are sparks, hammers, and fire. Lots and lots of fire. Sarah's brought the old sack barrow to see what Bex can make of it.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what Sarah's going to bring today. Probably something really strange. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a look. I don't know what it's going to be, and that, but I guess that's part of the challenge. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what it is.
Did you hear me coming?
Bex works side by side with husband Dave, who will be helping out on this one.
I was sort of wondering if the old sack barrow might be a coffee table.
Yeah, I was wondering what we were going to turn it into. So yeah, we could do a coffee table.
But perhaps it's something that we are finding some way of getting some glass over so we can really see the kind of industrial sack barrow thing left underneath.
And you still want to be able to move it around using the wheels.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. If we could find a way of not making the glass sort of slip off, I think that would be great.
Exactly.
Any thoughts about how to finish it?
I'm thinking maybe, you know, keep the old rusty metal, maybe add some colour into the wood.
One option for treating the wood is to have a scorched finish. It doesn't just give a distinctive burnt look, it also creates a charcoal barrier that is rotten fire resistant.
Darkens it all down a lot though, that's the thing.
Or another option, if you really want to look the biz, paint it gold.
Yeah, so maybe it's just rub back gold paint on, wax up. I would just mix it up, keep going for it until you get somewhere that you really like. Try it on the samples and then just make a plan and go for it.
Whatever finish they do go for, it can't be too expensive because Sarah wants to stoke up a profit on this one.
Realistically, I'm looking at 400 quid to sell it for. If we've got 50 quid's worth of materials, maybe I'm trying to give 150 quid back to the guy at the dump. That would leave 200 quid to transform it.
It's going to be a morning's work, isn't it, for the two of us?
Yeah.
Going really fast.
Yeah.
If we keep it really simple.
No cups of tea. no phone fiddling.
No social media. It's hell for leather, okay?
No.
Well, if Dave can stop fiddling with his phone, they should be onto a winner.
So with this piece, we're not after a massive transformation. We're going to use all of those shapes and all of that heritage that I get from the sack barrow and just turn it into something lovely to go into somebody's home. You never know, we might even make some money from it too.
Bex and Dave are charging £200 for the work. But they're all forgetting to budget in the glass tabletop. I bet that won't be cheap. And it could even eat into the profit margin. The seaside town of Margate has had an upcycle of its own since the opening of the Turner Contemporary put it back on the art lovers' map. Its rich history is now fused with the contemporary art scene buoyed along by a vibrant community of designers and artists. At the epicentre of this artistic boomtown is designer-maker Zoe Murphy, who's expecting a visit from Sarah.
She usually brings me storage items, so really wanting to think up some patterns and prints and colours to go with anything that might come through the door. But if they're on their way to the tip, it's not always because they're in the best nick. But as I don't know what it's going to be, it's quite exciting.
Hiya, how are you doing? Oh, look, do you want a hand? Yeah.
Ah, bless, it's like the worn-out chest of drawers is in for rehab. Time for some serious TLC.
It's definitely seen better days. We're lucky to save it because it was really close to being chucked away.
Yeah.
We're missing one of the stops there that suspends the drawer at the right place.
And it's quite smelly as well, isn't it?
I don't bring you quality. It feels to me really quite bedroomy, and it would be more interesting and probably more valuable, I was thinking, if we could position it as something that people have in their living room or in their kitchen, maybe something to do with drinks or
Yes, yeah.
something a bit more exciting. We could add other components to the top to make it much more of a drinks cabinet that is a bit more suggestive of kind of like maybe 1950s sort of American style stuff, maybe some palm trees and some flamingos and things like that. I'm thinking pink legs coming off the bottom.
Yes,
you can do whatever
yeah.
you like to it, but that fun cocktail hour moment,
Yeah.
I think it would be fantastic.
Oh, I love palm trees, and I've got the pink legs. Throw in some cocktails and I'm in heaven. But how much is Zoe's redesign going to cost?
I know that you have really good prices on your furniture because they are great pieces. What can you do with this little thing? I think probably around £600 in cost from our studio to do this for you. I'm so pleased you're going to take it on, and I look forward to having a celebratory cocktail from this when you're all done.
Yes, I think so.
That has made my day. What a fantastic idea. I'm a massive cocktail fan, and I can't wait to see those designs.
Right, Zoe, Sarah's gone. Come on, what do you really think?
Well, the condition of this one is really bad. But sometimes that's quite exciting. I like having to go really far in restoration of a piece. Yeah, this one's going to be quite a bit of work, but I'm looking forward to making a beautiful swan out of a very ugly duckling.
So, it's all go for the cocktail look, but will it be more cosmopolitan than Rusty Nail? Zoe's talents and time will cost around £600. So this self-effacing little chest will really need to be all singing, all dancing for Sarah to make a profit here. The designers are firmly on board. Now Sarah needs to get her own hands dirty. At her barn in rural Sussex, Sarah's children Libby and Edward are doing some upcycling of their own. But what about those copper pipes?
I had this vision of making some designer lighting, but now they come to be sitting on the desk. I'm feeling that they're going to have to go through quite a process to be something that you really want to have in the sitting room or in your bedroom or on your desk.
How hard could it be? I'm sure you'll be done in time for tea.
I've got this block that it was outside in the stable yard when we moved in. I'm not sure what it's for, but it's really hefty and I've been using it as a doorstop. I'm hoping that that would make a really good base for a chunky light.
Something else for free. I like it. But Sarah has had to buy some shiny plumbing bits and handy lighting fittings.
If I take off the bulb, I'll be able to feed it through my light and I'll have some sort of ready-made lighting that is already safe and tested that I won't have to go and get an electrician to wire up for me. That's the plan.
I like a plan.
And this, I'm pretty sure is oak, and I know that that is a really tough wood.
And she's right, it's heavy going. I know oak's a hard wood, but this is ridiculous. Sarah needs some ancestral help.
These are my grandfather's carving tools, and I just read on the front it says special carving tools. So sweet. Now what?
A bit of metal work, I think.
So these pipe cutters are really simple things, and hopefully I just click it on, move it round, and it should cut the pipe. So here we go.
Musically gifted as well. But Libby doesn't look impressed. The new plumbing parts ensure the old imperial 1-inch pipes fit into the metric-sized hole that Sarah's just drilled. And they add some bright, shiny detail to boot. Right, back to that woodblock.
It really is a labour of love turning an old lump of wood into a piece of lighting with the help of some bits from the tip.
Once that flex is thread through, she'll be home and dry, easy.
I'm just trying to feed the end of the wire through. For goodness sake.
It's really not your day, is it?
Gently pull that bit.
Gently does it. Almost there now.
By the time I get this finished, we'll need lights because it'll be so late.
OK, I was wrong. It might not be done in time for tea, but despite appearances, Sarah's almost finished. At the forge, Bex is forging ahead, funnily enough, with the sack barrow come coffee table. And in the end, for that all-important finish to the wood, they've decided to, well, keep it looking like wood. But exciting news just in. Bex has a new metal idea.
Because it's a coffee table and it's a bit wibbly-wobbly, so we need to sort of strengthen it. So I thought I'd make a bit of like a magazine rack at the bottom.
To save time and money, Bex lets the machines do the hard work.
I'm meant to do this hot, but because it's tube, I can get away with it.
Every blacksmith's best friend is the forging hammer. This beast will flatten the cross beams of the magazine rack ready to rivet. And then there's an important feature to add.
So we're now going to stamp it with our maker's mark. So whoever's using the coffee table can always remember it was made by us. And it'll be worth millions. Ready? There's the mark. It's this way round, got to get it right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, ready.
Watch those fingers.
There we go.
It looks like $1 million. While Bex shapes the beams that will support the glass tabletop,
I think it's going to look nice. I think. I know.
she can outsource some less important work to Dave.
Dave, can you take off, we'll scrape off some of that stuff. Thanks.
It's definitely a labourer's job, I think, cleaning muck. We each decide who does what, and then we have an argument about it.
Well, I'm definitely the boss. Of course, naturally. But no, we compliment each other because he's sort of, I'm like, he's like the more grounded one.
With the dirty work done, it's time for some teamwork.
This is where it all goes wrong.
The magazine rack beams are being riveted together, but it's dangerous work. Steel has to reach a temperature of 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit before it can be hammered into place. Ouch!
Look.
That might slow things down a bit.
Why has it gone like
I
that?
don't know.
She hits her hand all the time. I wouldn't worry about it. No, it's just a bit swollen for now.
You're all heart, Dave.
It's all right, it didn't fall off. It's not broken. I just hit it quite hard. Anyway, back to work. Come on then.
What a trooper.
Oh, don't. It's really embarrassing.
I'm going to hit it this time. Hopefully I'll hit the snap tool and not my hand.
With the sack barrow in safe hands, well, in hand, everyone's fired up in Surrey. But with the glass tabletop still to buy, the profit might be the one taking a hit. In Margate, Zoe's getting to grips with a small chest of drawers, but it's showing signs of previous employment.
Definitely had some time probably in a shed as a painter and decorator's assistant. It's currently just a sort of very thin ply, which will lift off. There we go, stage 1, remove lid. And so I'm probably going to fit a new one. There's a lot of repair that needs to get done.
And on closer inspection, Zoe's having a change of heart about this chest's future prospects.
I talked to Sarah about turning it into some sort of cocktail bar or cabinet, but I don't know how convinced I am with that idea. I like the idea maybe of turning it into a dressing table instead.
So the high-legged cocktail idea has morphed into somewhere to get dressed up for cocktails instead. Well, I can live with that. Zoe wants the finished dresser to evoke a glitzy 50s era with feathery birds, super bright colours and ornately lined drawers. It's just my style, funnily enough. But does Zoe's redesign have legs? Yes, but not for long.
They're in really disgusting condition and they've gotten damp at some point. That's okay though, it's kind of a good incentive to get rid of the legs. I've actually found some that I like the look of, in a sense putting some high heels on the piece, so yeah. I'm gonna say goodbye to the mouldy old legs. Sorry legs, off you get.
Carpentry over, it's time for the arty bit.
So I've always been really keen to make this piece all about kind of glitz, glamour, and desperate to include some element of sort of flouncy flamingos in it as well.
Zoe's creations feature intricate silkscreen designs, but she's going to start off with some large blocks of colour.
I'm going to create some of the bigger shapes with a very bright pink. I'm really happy with that. Got a little bit there to fill in where there's been a chip. Apart from that, I just need to do a lot more and put in some detail.
The prettifying is well underway, and the coy little chest is on course for a much brighter future as some classy uptown junk. At her barn in Sussex, Sarah's finishing off the lights made from Nicola and Stephen's copper pipes.
Bring it in there. Till it's nice and taut. I just think I might stick it in place there like that. Now I'm going to fill this whole cavity with very gluey glue and hope it all gels together beautifully. It was a bit of a challenge making a bespoke piece of lighting, but actually I think these copper pipes that were hidden away under the floorboards now look like they should definitely be on show.
Before, this old bent copper was beat up and done for. Now, with Sarah's creative vision and a lot of hard graft, the metal's been married up with a chunk of found oak wood and repurposed as edgy industrial lighting. It would look great in a New York-style penthouse apartment, or even my two-bed bungalow. Now, Sarah needs to get selling. At the skip, Nicola and Stephen's battered copper pipes were swiped by Sarah after a kitchen catastrophe.
What are you chucking out?
The copper pipe and the ceiling from the kitchen.
Sarah had money-making plans, but they couldn't guess what.
I have no idea.
Sarah created some bespoke lighting, and it was snapped up by a trendy retro and vintage shop in London. And she's back in Stockport to let Nicola and Stephen know that their old copper has made them some gold.
Hiya. Hi, nice to see you again, Sarah. Hiya.
Hello.
Hello.
How are
Hiya.
you? You all right?
Yeah, really well. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Not bad. Not bad? So when I saw you at the tip,
Yes.
you'd had a bit of a shocker with your plumbing, hadn't you?
Yes, indeed.
What had happened exactly?
We were in the kitchen, renovating the kitchen, and as we pulled a false ceiling down, we saw a leak from the bathroom, so we now know that we have to redo the bathroom on top of the kitchen.
And is that all sorted out now?
The bathroom's not. The kitchen's done.
Excellent.
But the bathroom's
I'm going. Well, it was a bit of luck that for us that happened. Obviously not for you, but those little bits of copper that you let us have were really useful. We turned them into lighting. Did you have any idea what we might make?
No.
Do you want to see a picture of what we did?
Yes, yeah, go on.
Wow.
Oh,
That's great.
do you approve?
Yeah, that's
it's
great.
lovely, yeah. Would that fit in with the new house or not something you'd have in yours?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, definitely.
With all the materials and having it all checked over by the electrician, it cost 80 quid to convert it into a light. So it has actually sold.
Oh.
You're surprised?
Thought I was going to get it.
No, I'm sorry to say you don't get the light, but what you do get is 55 quid's worth of profit.
That's mine, is my pipe.
There's 55 quid there for your old pipes.
Superb.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, I know who's in charge.
Yeah, that's it. Wow, I can't believe that.
Sarah spent £80 on materials and sold the finishing lighting for £135, making £55 of a profit for Nicola and Stephen.
With the money, I think we'll put it towards our bathroom renovations, so maybe get some nice fittings or new towels or something.
So the copper lights were a great success. Back at the blacksmith's bunker, Bex and Dave are putting the finishing touch to the sack barrow, the all-important glass tabletop. The toughened glass has been custom cut and screws will hold it firmly in place. Now all they can do is wait for Sarah.
It looks quite sweet. So now I feel quite pleased. Do you feel pleased now?
It's turned out good. You can see it in someone's home.
It was quite a challenge, to be fair, you know, but yeah, it's worked out quite nicely.
I've come to pick up the sack barrow stroke coffee table. I left it and it was in a terrible state. And Bex and I have had a brief chat about what she might be able to do to get a frame and some glass on top of it. But I have to say my expectations are very much on the level.
This old sack barrow was destined for the tip. But now it's a tip-top designer table. It's truly one of a kind. But what will Sarah think?
Hiya! How are you? Oh my word! I absolutely love it. It looks like mid-century. It looks so cool. I think what you've done to it is
It's worked out well. Like the metal sort of looks leathery, doesn't it? Oh, seriously? Oh my goodness.
I absolutely love it, really.
Oh really? Oh my gosh. I'll give you a hug. I really smell because I'm wearing yesterday's shirt.
You're a little genius, girl. That is fantastic.
Go on, get in there for a cuddle, Dave. Or maybe later.
Have you ever felt like that about any of the other pieces?
I don't think I've ever cried over a sack barrow.
It's a daily occurrence for me. Now Sarah just needs to find a buyer who feels as passionately.
I absolutely love this table. It was a sack barrow, now it is a beautiful interior designer piece. All their hard work has made it just stunning.
What an amazing reaction. We're just going to have to achieve that every time now. The pressure is on.
Bex and Dave came in on budget, but with the glass tabletop costing 125 quid, this low table needs a high price tag. Back at the dump, Sarah got an offer she couldn't refuse.
Well, I'd have to charge you a smile, at least a smile.
I'll definitely give you a smile for that.
And took on Robert's old sack barrow. Robert appreciated its aged appeal.
Anything like that, anything old, people go potty for.
But it was up to Sarah to come up with a plan.
This would make a fantastic coffee table.
And with the help of Bex and Dave, that's exactly what it became. Sarah showed the table to Martin at her barn. Martin owns the vintage shop in London that took the copper lighting, so he's added the table to his collection of things to sell on to retro fans. Beck's and Dave's work cost £200, and the glass tabletop took the total cost to £325. It was sold for £475, making a profit of £150 for Robert.
So I've sold the table that was made out of the sack barrow that Robert dropped off at the tip, but he doesn't want the money, so I'm going to give it to children in need instead.
With 2 out of 3 items sold for a profit, it's looking good. But Sarah wants to score a hat-trick. In Margate, Zoe's putting the finishing touches to the chest of drawers. And the excitement's mounting on pick-up day because Sarah hasn't seen it for, well, ages.
Sarah's coming. Oh, and I have no idea yet quite what she's going to think. We talked about glamour and glitz and lots of glitter. I like to think this is a bit more grown up, but it's still all about flamingos.
Before, this bog-standard chest was brown, broken and about to become burnable waste at the tip. Now, with a huge amount of TLC, Zoe's reimagined it as a little glamour puss of a dresser. It sports slender new legs, and all the runners, stops and dovetailing on the sumptuous fabric-lined drawers have been carefully restored. 1950s style handles have been added, and an ornamental mirror crowns the top. Zoe's distinctive screen prints add an extra layer of designer luxury, placing it firmly at the high end of the market, which is exactly where Sarah wants it.
How are you? Really good. Oh my word. So you mentioned flamingos. I had no idea it was going to be that exotic. It's so cool.
Oh, I'm really glad you like it.
It
This
is
is one
amazing.
piece that I've made for you that I've been I thought it's really out there and it's really specific to me. It's all about kind of growing up in Margate, going and visiting the Flamingo arcade.
So it is beautiful. The padding in the bottom of the drawers. You just want to put the silkiest things in there, you know, like gloves or, you know, just knickers, something it's underwear.
This fabric actually is one of my most favourite vintage kind of finds. I knew it was going to be right for it.
It's sensational, it really is.
Oh, well, I'm really pleased you like it. It was one of those ones where I thought, oh, love or hate, love or hate.
Well, I love it. No, I hate it. No, I love it, especially because there's even more Zoe magic.
I just noticed the glitter in here.
Yes, there's a bit of glitter in the paint. I did promise you some glitter, and I got this far, and I thought, oh, there's no glitter in it, it's going to kill me.
I might cry, I genuinely absolutely love it. It is, like, just the transformation is huge. It smells nice as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah, not again. I'm tearing up myself now. Quick, let's talk hard cash before we both lose it. Zoe came in on the £600 budget, and with her name attached to it, it should make some money.
It is worth every penny. It is a remarkable piece of furniture. It takes a little bit of a leap of faith to leave somebody with £600 and a really distressed chest of drawers and expect to come back to something like that. Zoe has made that fantastic.
I think she's happy with it. I think she wants one. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to hearing who has it. And I hope they love it as much as I have loved making it.
At the dump, Sean and Kevin gave Sarah the chest of drawers.
Once it goes through, it goes over. I'm happy with that.
Sean had ideas for it, if not the inclination.
I've sand it down, put some new handles on, tied it up and probably sell it on the auction or something.
But Sarah had Zoe in mind to help recreate it.
Maybe some palm trees and some flamingos and things like that.
It metamorphosed into a funky dressing table. and it was sold to Janet from Margate's Lombard Street Gallery. Janet has exhibited and sold Zoe's pieces before and knows they have real appeal.
It is fantastic. Oh, beautifully lined with fabric to reflect the sort of the flow of the flamingo design. Wonderful.
Now Sarah's back in Stockport to meet up with Kevin. He's on his own today because best mate Sean couldn't make it.
Hiya. Hiya, nice to see you again.
So what will Kevin make of the revamped drawers?
The little old chest of drawers, do you remember what we took from you? That kind of like 2-drawer chest? It had some great potential. So we took it down to this amazing girl in Margate called Zoe. Do you want to see what she's done with it?
Yeah. Oh, that looks well nice.
Does it look different?
Yeah.
So she has done big transformation on it. The whole of the chest of drawers stayed the same, but she's replaced the legs and the handles to give it a new look.
Yeah, it looks nice, that.
Well, when we did up the table, we also managed to sell it.
Alright.
So I've got 100 quid here for you guys. That's all yours to spend on whatever you like. So that's coming back to you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
The chest of drawers originally belonged to Kevin's girlfriend's late mother, and the money's going towards something to remember her by.
For what it's worth, it has been made into something absolutely beautiful, and I hope she'd approve of what we've done to it, because it really is stunning now, so I hope she'd approve.
Yeah.
It's really good to see you again, and thanks ever so much. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Zoe's work came in at £600, and it was sold for £700, making a profit of £100. Sarah's saved 3 dumped items destined for eternal doom. The copper pipes are fabulously illuminating, darling. The wheelie old sack barrow is a spanking new designer table. And the dowdy chest of drawers is a dishy babe of a dresser. Pats on the back all round, I'd say.
So that's 3 great transformations and 3 items that have sold for profit and have found new homes. Next time you're at the tip, I could be making money for nothing for you.
How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Before you throw that away, is there any chance I can have a quick chat to you about it?
Sure. That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skid.
I am a passionate buyer, user and renovator of second-hand stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old into new and I sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
That is the most fabulous thing I've seen here. This is so exciting.
In her search for tip treasure.
I love where I fling through the rubbish.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers.
Hello, hello.
What have you got today?
I want to do what's right for this piece of rubbish.
She can transform her finds into desirable,
Look at that.
beautiful,
Speechless.
valuable,
You're joking.
and hopefully saleable items.
You always talk my kind of money, Jay. I love doing deals with you.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Wow!
Today, Sarah is at Whitley Community Recycling Centre in Surrey. Every day up to 400 cars arrive here laden with junk for the tip. But much of it could be reused instead of landing headfirst in the skip. Thankfully, Sarah's here to retrieve rubbish from this wonderful world of waste.
Some people like going designer shopping, others go and play golf. But for me, this is where it's at. I'm in the department store for rubbish, and all I've got to do is find the treasure in the trash.
With a team of skilled designers waiting in the wings, Sarah has special permission to be scouring through car boots looking for 3 items that once revamped and sold will produce a payout for the person dumping them.
Bring it down, I'm here all day. I like the look of your chest.
Yeah.
That's a loaded remark, isn't it?
Come on, Sarah, keep your mind on the job. Enter Richard and some interesting looking doors.
Hi there.
Hello.
I like your doors.
Well, they didn't fit.
Oh, really?
That's an
Is
old
that...
one. That's an old one.
Okay.
That's one that came out.
Right.
That was the moulded door I got.
So it's not as good a quality as the old one then?
No, but the old one wobbled.
Well, do you know something? It might just be to my advantage. I'm looking for stuff that I might be able to recycle or make into something else. And your solid door might be just the thing.
Yeah, well, you're very welcome to have it.
I'm thinking it looks like it might make a great table or...
A table?
Yeah.
Well, let's get the...
That's really cool. I would love if I could take it away and see if I can make something from it.
Yeah. So it actually looks a lot nicer without the paint on it.
It's really solid. It weighs a lot more than the new one. I can see lots of potential just because it's so solid and it's really big, which gives me plenty to work with.
But what does Richard think?
You see, thinking of it from my perspective, I can see turning it into sort of trestle and using it as a workbench. That's what I would do. But my shed's not big enough.
Now I've really picked it up. It's really heavy. There's a lot of good quality wood there. That's fantastic. I'll definitely do something with that. Haven't got anything else in there then that needs
Yeah,
to
I've got a
like...
vintage BT home hub that I don't need. Do you want that?
Fine.
No, the sun lounge is not going. That's on its way to my allotment.
Always worth asking, but on this occasion, Sarah will just have to make do with the old door.
I'm going to break the door.
If she manages to take it away in one piece, she'll certainly have her work cut out with this old timber. But she does have someone in mind who can help. Rupert Blanchard is a sought-after furniture maker based in Margate.
Design-wise, I love making things that appear really clean and simple, but the cleaner and simpler they get, the more complicated they are to make.
Rupert's furniture designs command a premium price which belie their humble beginnings.
Basically, other people's waste, I find some kind of beauty in it and spend a lot of time and give rubbish a lot of attention to try and bring it back into use. Anything that you might find in a skip, basically, I'm happy to work with it.
That's music to my ears. This old door, which Sarah's been given by Richard, fits that bill perfectly. So, Sarah's rescued one item from the skip, but has 2 more to find. Unfortunately, she's spotted something it's too late to save.
That is hundreds of pounds worth of lamp over there.
Sarah, you should know better than to eye up the stuff that's strictly out of bounds. Anyway, it's not as if it's quiet. There's no end to the rubbish that's pouring in just now. And in no time, Sarah's on to her second catch. It seems skip visitor Stoyan is about to dump something special.
These are really cool.
Yeah.
So you're throwing them today?
Yes, I don't need them.
Stoyan has had enough of trying to glue his broken dining chairs back together, but Sarah can see promise in these pews.
I think they look lovely. How many have you got?
I got 3 just.
3. Lovely.
Okay.
They're really cool. I love the shape.
That's fine. It's all yours.
Really? I'm so pleased that you didn't put them in the tip. So thank you so much. These lovely old chairs are going to be made marvellous again. I've got a maker in mind to restore them, and I think I'm sitting on a fortune. Thank you so much.
You never know. Someone's rubbish is somebody's gold. So if you need something and you can use that, you're welcome.
So, item 2 is all set for a spruce up. and Sarah knows the perfect craftsman to overhaul these classic chairs. Jay Blades is a builder turned philosophy graduate turned furniture restorer. Jay has his finger on the pulse of modern design interiors, reworking the very best of British craftsmanship and bringing it into the 21st century.
I've always had a passion for the kind of heritage that the British designers have produced over the years. Traditionalists would love to keep it as it is, but to be reintroduced into the market, I like to just add a bit of colour and add something a bit quirky. I really enjoy adding my bit and not necessarily worried about other people's reactions. It's more about, do I like it? If I like it, then it's good.
The 3 rickety stick-back chairs are a perfect project for Jay. But after all Stoyan's repairs, will he be able to stick them back together again? Sarah's successfully secured 2 items for Rupert and Jay's talents, but now she needs to search for a 3rd piece of jettisoned junk she can renovate herself.
Is there anything you fancy in there?
But the pickings are looking slim.
What's in the box?
Shiver me timbers, some treasure on the horizon, or at least somewhere to store it.
So what is it about the domed captain's trunk in the back of the car there that I find so exciting? I just don't know if it's being dropped off or if somebody's keeping it. But here's the guy coming now.
The chest looks very old, and it could be a great opportunity for Sarah to make some real profit for its owner, Richard.
Sorry to bother you, I was just wondering, is that something you're dropping off today?
Yep.
That looks amazing. Have you just had enough of it? What, is there a story behind it?
There is actually, it's my wife's grandmother's.
Right.
So there's a bit of a story actually.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know what she used to do with it.
And she didn't go abroad, or did she always live in this country? Do you know anything like that, or?
She went travelling when she was about 85, 90. So
Oh, really?
that's all, yeah.
So it's probably, I bet she didn't use one of these,
I don't think
did
she used
she?
that then. No, no, no.
Okay.
She was quite. Unfortunately, I never met her, but she was apparently
She sounds
very.
quite spirited.
Yes.
Does it open? Does it still?
I think so. Well, just one of the hinges is broken, but yeah.
I think that is absolutely beautiful. And I totally understand why you might have finished with it, but is it something that maybe I could take away and try and restore or do something with?
Yeah.
Yeah? You wouldn't mind?
Rather than throw it away.
Although it's not a treasure chest, Sarah can see some good money in it for Richard and his family by saving it from the crusher.
I really honestly don't know how much it would be worth. I've never seen anything like that, so no idea. No idea.
This is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. It's in real original condition, and it would fit into a smart country house anywhere around here.
Sarah's search for the 3 items is complete. Rupert will knock the old white door into shape. The 3 chairs are going to furniture designer Jay, and the empty chest will be treasured and given a new life by Sarah.
I love the things that I've saved today, but the real question is, can I actually make any money out of them?
Margate is a seaside town on the coast of Kent. Like Brighton and Southend, Margate was infamous for clashes between mods and rockers in the 1960s. Fortunately, it's now well known for the Turner Contemporary Art Gallery and its very own burgeoning vintage clothing and retro furniture scene. It's also home to Rupert Blanchard, who's one of the country's leading reclamation and bespoke furniture makers. And he's used to dealing with Sarah's wild and wacky dump treasure.
I'm really looking forward to Sarah turning up. I don't know what she's actually turning up with. I'm hoping that it's going to be something that I'm actually familiar with slightly, maybe wood, maybe a little bit of metal on it. If it's mass production or bespoke, if it's rotten or brand new, happy to sort of apply my own skills to it and play with it, basically. I just want to get on with it.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah.
I'm a bit embarrassed. It's only a door.
It's a door, it's great. Door's good. Let's bring it in then.
Fab. Here, you take that end.
One objective down then. Recognise that straight away.
Is a door great?
They are great if you've got a gaping wide opening at the front of your house.
It's quite heavy. Solid, isn't it?
Oh, it's a pine door.
That's what I thought.
It's a Victorian pine door.
That got left in the garden.
Okay. This one's really quite square, quite solid. Doesn't seem to have much rot to it. Nice little metal keyhole cover. We could incorporate that into something. I don't know why, but I'm thinking about a dressing table for some reason.
So, dressing table. What are you thinking? Mirror in the top, or is what are you thinking?
Well, it's always been straight all of its life. I'd like to make it a little bit more curvy. That might mean a lot of cutting, a lot of making it. It was always stood up straight. Maybe giving it a nice slinky little bend round. So it's perhaps a lower table, turns round, goes up slightly, so you can sit against it and have it either a tiny little work table or a dressing table.
A slinky dresser for somebody who's a slinky dresser, perhaps. But how much is this transformation likely to cost?
I'd like to get this done in a day. I would like this done and keep this one simple, keep it clean, but keep it quite abstract and sculptural. And so, yeah, in total, no more than 2 days.
That's fine. I think if we signed it off like that we're up to kind of 400 quid on it. If there's a bit less than that, that's great. That might mean something more for the guy who dropped it off. So if we keep it to that kind of ballpark, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I don't see any problems with this. It's going to be quite a sculptural challenge, quite a interesting thing. I think it won't be to everyone's taste, this one, but I think we're going to do something new that people haven't seen before with this one.
So from distressed door to pop art dressing table, that boy is a genius.
With costs of up to £400 to transform this old door into a slinky pop art mirrored dressing table, the pressure will really be on Sarah to sell it for a premium price if she's to return a profit. Sarah's next stop on her wander is Wolverhampton in the West Midlands. It's here in the Victorian backstreets that retro modern craftsman Jay plies his trade. Sarah's about to turn up with Stoyan's unmendable chairs. But will Jay be able to give them a lick of new life?
All she's told me is just something that's beaten up and it's a bit broken and I'm going to have to work my magic on it. Normally my style is repairing stuff and then adding a bit of je ne sais quoi to it. For me, colour is a must. And hopefully, whatever Sarah's bringing along to me today, I'm going to add colour to it.
How are you?
I'm very good. I can't complain. What have you got today?
I've got something really special today. Look at these.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that. That is, whoops. They need some work, don't they?
They do need work.
These scrappy seats are actually classic British Urkel dining chairs that were built at their factory in High Wycombe in the 1960s.
These are one of the creme de la creme of our English designers and English manufacturers that are still functioning in today. A lot of people want Urkel because it is the go-to kind of manufacturer to have. So someone to be throwing these away, it's kind of interesting, I would say. But it's very rare that you come across someone wanting to throw away Urkel. Very, very rare.
The guy dropping these off, he said he'd bought them from the car boot. He had given up mending them because they weren't in a great state and he just didn't want to see them anymore because this one definitely seen better days and the others are weak. So, yeah, I thought that they just looked so cool. I love the colour about them, but they need that special touch, Jay.
Yeah, they do. They need a bit more than a special touch. They do need repairing. So what we've got is glue that someone's tried to glue them with. And the one thing glue doesn't stick to is glue. So I'll have to remove all of that glue. This is coming out as well.
No, I'm hoping that the state of them wasn't too bad. And then I thought, you are the go-to man for Urkel. Yeah. I've seen the kind of fresh new look that you've put on some of their pieces, and I'm sort of wondering, is how much colour we can introduce them, and if that's all right to paint them. I
think that adding some colour is not going to be too detrimental to the design of this piece. I will introduce colour, but I won't overdo the colour on these. It will be very modestly done. I do love these pieces, so I can't wait to start working on them, actually.
You know what my next question is going to be?
It's going to be money.
Money, money, money.
£50 each.
That's a deal.
OK, cool. I'll best get to work then.
The total cost of renovating the 3 chairs will be £150. Sarah will need to find the right buyer if she's to turn a profit on these. So, with 2 items dropped off and hopefully on their way to be saved and sold, it's Sarah's turn to get stuck in back at the Reclamation HQ in Sussex. And at her barn, she's hoping to turn Richard's chest into valuable treasure. But sometimes it's difficult to get started.
The dog's run off again. Bramble, here! Bramble, here! Come on, here! Right, I'm just going to go and put it in the house. Come with me. Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on.
But preparation is everything.
The dog is under no control. It just does whatever it likes. It's a nightmare.
Bramble may be a nightmare, but the chest Sarah's saved might be what dreams are made of.
Actually, I hadn't remembered how it was on the inside. It is a lot better than I remembered, so that's quite cool. I probably won't even have to line it. It's in good nick.
Ah, treasure.
It's got a bicycle clip in it. Look at that. That means it's at least 50 years old, because nobody uses those anymore.
More like 150 years old.
And a sweet. Nice.
The mother lode, a good omen for turning a big profit.
The metalwork and the binding on the trunk is in really poor condition, and that is going to affect how much money I can get for it. So my plan is to try and take as much of the rust and the surface dirt off as possible, and hopefully stabilise it so it's something I can wax to make it look much more attractive than it does at the moment. It's going to need a lot of elbow grease to get this together.
With grease applied, it takes Sarah just half an hour to remove what looks like more than a century of filth.
That's great. It's missing its clasp here, look. Should have one of those on this side, but that's missing.
It seems this trunk also comes with a lot of baggage.
Quite recently, somebody's put a couple of screws in here just to hold the hinge on. So I need to find out how big they are and go and get some better ones, hopefully with some sort of rounded top to them. Looks like they were hammered in before, so I'm not going to be able to do that again.
All of the polishing is beginning to pay off, and Sarah's starting to get a hunch that this chest could be quite valuable.
What I might do is just take a picture of it and pop it on social media. I'd like to know how old it is, if anybody's seen one like it, particularly if anybody's sold one before and knows how much it might be worth.
Now, did you know the inventor of the door knocker won the Nobel Prize? Taxi for me, please. Talking of doors...
Sarah brought me this old door, which she saved, and I want to make a kind of console table / dressing table. I could find that it just collapses, it falls apart when I cut through it, especially because there are cracks running through the panels, but I won't really know until I do start cutting it up.
It's a bit worrying that the success of this project could all hinge on a few cracks.
I want to make sure that I'm cutting the shelf to the right level, and this thing doesn't exist yet. I don't know what level it needs to be. I'm not copying another piece of furniture, so there is no standard to go by. There's no rule book, so I can't really go wrong.
Confident, that's what we like to hear.
It's quite hard for me to cut this door. It's quite upsetting, but it is a knackered door that was on its way to landfill, so I'm gonna give it a new lease of life.
Upsetting it may be, but just think how satisfying it may be bringing that door back from death's door.
The cuts that I'm making through this door, they're not going to be straight through, they're going to be at 45 degrees, so I can join it to the next section door seamlessly as one flowing line. I don't want ugly joints just flat against each other. I want to make this nice, smooth, flowing line. Hopefully, I've sliced straight through at 45 degrees and it won't fall apart, but we shall see. No, not quite.
Well, the good news is it's not fallen apart.
Oh, not quite through.
By cutting this door in half, Rupert's turning this into a do. That's half a door.
I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuts to this door. Hopefully 6 cuts is all we're going to need. So this little centre section can disappear, and that means that I should be able to fold the door together now. But you kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to achieve, to make it appear as if the door has actually folded up on itself.
Don't you just love it when a plan comes together?
I'm still experimenting at this stage. I'm just trying to work out the piece of furniture that at the moment it only exists in my head. Yeah, it won't just levitate.
Nobody said anything about levitation. Once mastered, that's bound to raise the value. And in Wolverhampton, Jay's still purring over the Urquhart chairs.
These are a stick-back chair. I think they originated in the 1960s, and this is classified as the Urquhart's originals. British manufacturing, what I say at its best. Sexiest leg in furniture, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Looks good, holds the seat up, perfect form. This is a part of English history, and I'm just adding my little bit of to it.
Although Sarah brought 3 chairs for Jay, he's decided that one of them's too far gone. So he'll use the 3rd one for spare parts for the other 2.
All of these have to be sanded down, and that's all of the sticks, including this bit here. That is kind of like water damage on there. So it will be interesting to see if that has gone through and I can't clean it off. What I might then have to do is just paint this. So the design, what I've got in my mind, is determined by what the chair unravels to me.
And unravelling before our very eyes is Jay's plan for the colours.
So you imagine a light chair, like that colour, with black, and then with a hint of that, and those work. So I'm quite happy with that, actually. All it means is that I've just got to do loads of sanding.
Sanding down ingrained stains is one of the biggest jobs of any furniture restoration. And it will reveal to Jay just how much of the wood he'll have to paint over.
The wet white actually gives a true indication of what the wood would look like once it's finished. And then it will show kind of all of the imperfections that are there. So it's almost like getting a dry run of how it's going to look.
And although most of the wood is fine, a small number of ingrained stains means this part of the chair will need to be painted.
Now this is going to look the bee's knees. I could see a really vibrant mint green. I might just do one leg at the back, but everything else black and just that one leg. And then these I'm probably going to have to paint. This might be black as well. So it would just, it's going to look amazing.
Back at her house, the photo Sarah took of the old trunk has generated some results. She's been directed to a website that deals specifically with travelling chests like Richard's wife's grandmother's.
So there's all sorts of different trunks on here, but basically it's a dome top antique trunk, and it looks like it might be American or continental. It doesn't look like it's British. So, and probably 1870, something like that, are the similar ones that are coming up on here. And wow, some of them are as much as $3,000 a trunk that look just like our one. I mean, the condition of ours is not great, but we might be talking as much as £1,000 for that trunk. And that will be amazing.
Sarah's success is measured in sales, and she always seeks out the best opportunities to maximise profits. Hosting regularly her own furniture and clothing sales from home,
Just sold the sofa.
advertising and selling online,
Get that online.
or meeting commercial buyers in person to sell direct.
Seeing this is really refreshing, and it's good. And people are going to want more of it. It's going to grow, this thing, I think, that you're doing.
With opportunities galore in the things we throw out, Sarah's always looking to make money for nothing. So Richard's wife's grandmother's old trunk went on one more journey from the garage to the dump.
That looks amazing.
She went travelling when she was about 85, 90. So
Oh,
that's
really?
why, yeah.
So it's probably, I bet she didn't use one of
I
these,
don't think
did
she used
she?
that then, no.
And after sitting in the garage for years, Sarah took it to the barn to rejuvenate it.
That looks a lot better.
And after some detailed research, she discovered it's possibly an American traveller's trunk from the 19th century that she could sell for a very healthy profit for Richard. Back at the house, there's been a change of heart. Knock, knock. Hattie, Richard's wife, is finding it difficult to say goodbye to her grandmother's chest.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Hi, come on
Hi,
in.
I'm Hattie.
Hattie, come on in.
And Sarah has invited her over to take a look at what she's been up to.
There you are. Do you recognise that?
Look. Remember, Megan?
The chest now looks fit to store treasure, and Sarah's able to give Hattie a bit of history on it.
I think it was probably something around 1850, 1875, something like that, so quite old. And some people suggesting that it's an American trunk, so I don't know if there was any connection with where it came from with that kind of travel, but probably not English.
Yeah, just a really fun, sort of oldie piece.
It's, well worth hanging on to, I think. Do you like it?
The chest did once feature prominently in Richard and Hattie's home, but when they started a family, it was put aside.
When we had Megan, as soon as she was mobile, I was just really concerned about having it in the house because I thought with the metal edge, I was just worried if she lifts it up, it could literally, chop her fingers off. So that's when it went into our garage, which unfortunately is a bit damp, and that's when it sort of got into a bad way.
But with even the briefest of clean-ups, the chest has been given a new lease of life.
It's literally had half a go at being sanded, and I think that if you wanted to use some wire wool on it or a wire brush, it would actually come up, really quite well. So, and inside, all we've done is just given it a really good dust out, but it's in really good condition inside anyway.
What can you see?
Sarah can see that Hattie never really wanted to lose this precious item and wants her to have it back.
Should we take it with us, Chloe?
Yeah.
That would be great, thank you.
I think it's quite heavy, isn't it? It's got wheels on the bottom, which is a really good feature if you really want to move it around.
Hattie and Richard almost got rid of the chest at the dump, but thankfully this family heirloom is going back home, and for safety's sake, it won't be used as a toy box.
There you go. Well, that's fantastic. Do you think that'll fit? Brilliant. I am so pleased it's going back home. Sweet.
Really.
Oh, that is really sweet of you. Thank you so much. Safe trip home. I'm glad
Thank
it's
you.
going
Well,
home.
thanks very much.
It's a pleasure. Isn't that sweet? That's so nice that it's actually gone home. A very sweet ending.
From one sweet ending to another, Sarah's back in Margate, where Rupert is adding the finishing touches to the pop art dressing table made from an old pine door.
Every time I come down and see Rupert, I get such a surprise. I don't know how that genius mind works, but everything he turns out is just really special. So today, it's a console dressing table made out of a door. Who knows what that's going to look like?
When Sarah saved it from the dump, it was a simple pine door which had seen better days. Rupert's given it an imaginative uplift and a new purpose in life as a quirky console table. It looks like it's having a good old knees up and will add bags of character to someone's hallway.
Rupert, hi.
Hey Sarah,
How are you doing?
Good, good. Back again, I see, for another
weird contraption.
Oh, Rupert, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's an odd one, this one. I was really worried about you turning up because I think you'd either hate it or kind of love it. Essentially, I've tried to make a hallway console table, somewhere just to put your keys, put your gloves on the side. So I've actually added a new piece of architrave around it. When I say new, I pulled that out of a skip. It matches the period of the door. I had that mirror kicking around in the warehouse. It's of the same period as the door.
I love the fact if it goes on a wall, it's going to add so much detail, and it's just so simple, and that is why it's brilliant.
Yeah, I really wanted to keep it simple. I'm really always interested in the history of pieces, and to me, flaking paint and different colours really tells the story of this previous home.
So I think that we said the budget on this was £200 to £400. How did we get on with that?
I haven't spent so much time on it, and luckily I haven't had to spend much money on it. I'd be happy to let you have this for around the 200 mark. That'd be no problem.
With £200 worth of budget, I should be able to make a profit on it. So thank you. I think it's gorgeous, and there's a wall in my house that definitely needs one of these.
So, with Sarah made up with the makeup checking mirrored console table, all she has to do now is find a new home for it.
Wow, the beauty in that design is all about its simplicity. It's such a clever idea and it's so functional. It's a door, now it's a console for a hall. It's brilliant, and I'm hoping that that should make it pretty easy to sell.
Who would have thought back in the dump in Whitley that Richard's ill-fitting door would gain a new lease of life as a console table?
I can see turning it into sort of trestle and using it as a workbench. That's what I would do, but my shed's not big enough.
Shame the shed wasn't as big as Richard's ideas. But the good news is that allowed Rupert the opportunity to customise and crease that old timber, turning it into a cool console table. Sarah has yet to find the right home for this unconventional creation. Sarah's come to Surrey to show Richard how his old pine door has been reinvented.
Hi there. No, you're not. Oh, hello. Hi there again. How are you?
Hi, nice to see you.
Hello. Who's this?
This is James and Jessica.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Good.
Have you come to see what happened to your old door?
Yes.
Come on out. I'll show you.
To know how a door can become anything other than a door. James can't really imagine it.
Really? Have you thought about what we might have done with it?
Yeah, just an old TV.
An old TV?
Yeah, one of those wooden ones.
That's a really good idea. I wish I had thought of that. Do you want to see what we did with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it looks a bit different. This is something that is probably not everybody's cup of tea, but your door went on holiday, went all the way to Margate to this amazing designer who's called Rupert Blanchard. And he has made your door into, it's a console table.
That is... I mean, but you can still see what it is, can't you?
And then when it's in a sort of more household position, I think it looks quite smart. So it's not everybody's cup of tea because it looks a bit scruffy, but I think it's really original.
I really like it. What do you think, Jess?
It looks a bit different to how I expected.
I think it'd go really well in our house. Do you think it would? You do admit that much, don't you?
Can we maybe have it soon?
Well, it's funny you say that. Normally I come here and I say to people, this is what I've done with your old door and I've sold it and I'm here to give you money, but your door hasn't sold yet. So I can either give you the door or I can hang on to it and try and sell it for you.
I'm pretty sure that we're going to be wanting to take that off your hands in the few minutes that I've thought about it. I really, really like it. But yes, so please send us all the
For my room!
Yeah, it could be for your room, could be for your room, maybe for the man cave. Really nice to see you again. Thank you ever so much. And yeah, I'll be in touch very shortly. Take care. Bye-bye.
Sarah never sold the piece, but Richard decided he wanted it for his home. Sarah may be £200 out of pocket, but at least it was a happy reunion for the old door and its original family. With 2 out of 3 items completed, Sarah has one more pickup to make. And in the West Midlands, Jay has finished the Urkel chairs and is waiting nervously to see if she likes what he's done.
Well, Sarah knows I love Urkel, so her bringing me these, hopefully she'll be pleased with what I've produced. I would have these in my house all day, every day. These are really, really brilliant.
But will Sarah agree with the radical approach to colour Jay has taken with these classic chairs?
I can't wait to see what Jay has done. He's Urkel's biggest fan, and I'm hoping that with the pair and the spare that I dropped off, he's managed to create 2 fabulous Urkel stickback chairs.
When Sarah brought 3 chairs to Jay, they were on their last legs. And now, 50 years after they were made, they're cutting-edge Urkel chairs once again.
What have you been up to? You're just a genius. Look at that. Just the one leg.
Just the one leg.
How quirky is that?
All they needed was a decent amount of glue, taking the glue that was out of it, and then putting them back together, and they are ready to go for another 60, 70 years, I believe.
Perfect. Made my day. Absolutely perfect. I think you've kept that purity, that Urkel finish and that look, and just enhanced it. Oh, just world class. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Couldn't be more pleased.
Flattery will get
man.
you everywhere. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Oh, good. I think we set the budget at 100 quid for the pair. Did we come in on budget?
We came in on budget. We came in on budget.
Luckily, Sarah can already see how these ultra-modernised, chic Urkel chairs will sell themselves.
They were tired and they were going to a skip, and look what you've done.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're pleased. I'm glad you're pleased.
I think you can tell. I really do like them. I knew they were coming home to the right person, and I'm sorry to say I'm going to take them away.
Yeah, you will. You will take them away. Yes, they needed a little bit of glue in, TLC, but the beauty with Urkel furniture is that it will last the test of time. It will outlive me, most probably, and it will be a case of if we can just add a little bit to it to make it just look like, ooh, or draw people's attention, that's what I'm all about.
At the dump, these battered but beautiful Urkel chairs were about to be discarded forever.
They're really cool. I love the shape.
Sarah thought she could make a profit from them, and Stoyan was very happy to let her try.
If you need something and you can use that, you're welcome.
And with a touch of J Blade's design wizardry, they became cool retro chairs with a bright future ahead.
Oh, just world class. Brilliant. Couldn't be more pleased.
Sarah showed them to Martin at the old cinema, and he snapped up the funky chairs for his retro London store.
It's got a nice sort of fun 50s, 60s look about it, and it's just really done well. I like it.
Now, Sarah's in Surrey to show Stoyan what became of the chairs and hand over any profit from the sale.
Hi there. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hiya. I'm Sarah. Hi there. I'm Liliana. Hi there.
I'm
Hi, nice to see you again.
Nice
How
to
are
see
you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
I've bought some pictures to show you of your chairs. Now, I remember you dropped 3 off at the tip,
Yes,
didn't you? And did you say you got them from a car boot sale?
Yes.
And they had been stuck together lots of times. Was that you who'd been
Yeah,
mending them?
we used that nearly 9 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were a bit wobbly and they were quite old.
Yeah.
They were unstable and we had no use for them in the room. We just didn't have space for them.
Okay, so your chairs, would you like to see what happened to them?
Yeah, please.
There's an amazing guy called J Blades who specialises in revamping
it's very hard.
furniture. What do you think?
It's very hard, yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Good? Yeah. Do you think it works?
Yes, and this is bright as well. Really good.
Yeah.
Color contrast is... I don't think you could do that with these chairs.
It turns out that those chairs are made by somebody called Urkel. They have a very strong look. Urkel is collectible, and we paid him £100 to paint it all and to make them look fantastic. But we sold them for £200. So I've got £100 here to give to you for your chairs.
What's about it? I told you about the
We can give them to
charity.
charity
Keep that for the
ourselves.
charity for ourselves.
Really?
Yes, please.
What I'd like to do is, if I give it to you, then you can choose which charity that you give it to.
Macmillan's, we at school we did some work for Macmillan's, so I could.
That would be great if you're happy with that, and if I can send you pictures or anything if you want to show anybody at school how the money came or what we did with your chairs. That's fantastic.
Okay.
So
thank you.
Thank you very much for letting me
keep me
have
in touch
your. Oh, that's lovely.
And
thank you.
Good luck with what you're doing. It's really great.
Oh well, thank you. They were great to work on.
Jay charged £100 to repair and reimagine the Urkel chairs. Sarah sold them for £200, making a nifty profit of £100 for Stoyan and his daughter Viljana.
It's been really emotional to see Sarah and what she's done with these chairs. I mean, for me it was just a chairs which done the job for me. But now they looks really, really good, and I'm impressed what they've done.
Sarah rescued 3 unwanted items from the tip. The treasure chest that steered its way back home. The pine door was revamped into an offbeat console table. And the swing was put back into those 60s-looking chairs.
Well, that wasn't quite the outcome we expected for that trio of tip treasures, but it was satisfying nonetheless. That chest has gone right back to the heart of the family where it belongs to be. The console table is now a treasured possession, and the Urkel chairs have raised money for charity.
How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Before you throw that away, is there any chance I can have a quick chat to you about it?
Sure. That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I am a passionate buyer, user and renovator of second-hand stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old into new and I sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
That is the most fabulous thing I've seen here. This is so exciting.
In her search for tip treasure.
I love where I fling through the rubbish.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers.
Hello, hello.
What have you got today?
I want to do what's right for this piece of rubbish.
She can transform her finds into desirable.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Speechless.
Valuable.
You're joking.
And hopefully saleable items.
You always talk my kind of money, Jay. I love doing deals with you.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Wow!
Today we're at Whitley Recycling Centre near Guildford. Although much of the waste and unwanted items we chuck out ends up in landfill, some of that tack could be transformed.
Every car has so much potential. You just don't know what diamonds are lurking in the boots, waiting for their chance to shine again. All I've got to do is find them before it's too late.
Sarah has permission to delve into this dump, so please don't go raiding your nearest recycling centre. She's searching for 3 items which, once reimagined and sold, could raise a profit and a smile for their original owners.
I'm after a chest of drawers or a big old chunky industrial drill base or, you know, something.
None of the things that I have.
Sarah doesn't want to be painted into a corner, so just as well something has caught her eye. David is discarding 7 drab-looking chairs.
I like your chairs. Would it be right to come and have a good chat about them?
Yes, sure.
Are they yours? Have they been in the home? Or?
No, they're from our tennis club. I've just been playing tennis and...
You got roped into dropping them off, did you?
Well, I said we live near here, so I could drop them off from Godalming. Yeah.
How many have you got?
7.
7?
Right, yeah.
They would be something that I'd really like to have a go at making
Yep.
refreshed and, you know, giving a new lease of light. Would that be all right to take them from you?
Yes,
really?
There we go. Yep.
I'd love to keep in touch with you or perhaps, you know, the tennis club to say what I've done to them. Would that be okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Brilliant. Thank you ever so much.
It sounds like Sarah's enthusiasm has rubbed off on David.
I'm glad somebody's going to use them. I don't know, maybe put new backs on them, new backs, new seats on them, polish them up or something, yeah.
The thing I love best about these is there's 7 of them, because although each one may not have a lot of value, if I times it by 7, I'm definitely going to make some money out of them. I've got a few plans. I'm hoping I can make them look better than they do at the moment.
It's game, set and match for the tennis club's old chairs, which make up Sarah's first item. And with renowned furniture restorer Jay Blades poised to pick up this project, it could be love all. Jay is a master craftsman breathing new life into forgotten and forlorn furniture and repurposing salvaged items.
Yeah, I've always had a passion for the kind of heritage that the British designers have produced over the years. Traditionalists would love to keep it as it is, but to be reintroduced into the market, I like to just add a bit of colour and add something a bit quirky.
Let's hope that the tennis club's old chairs are a quirky enough proposition for Jay. Sarah's on the lookout for a second item that can be rescued, repurposed and sold for a profit.
You having a clear out? No. I like you've got a pig theme going on, have you?
Yeah, there is a bit.
And Sarah's not the only one who's caught the recycling bug. Matthew and daughter Lucy are tipping out their tired 2-seater, but Lucy's reluctant to say ta-ta.
I couldn't help spotting your sofa and thinking it looks really nice.
Yeah, we've had it for a long time. I don't personally want to get rid of it, but family's decision was to
get rid of it.
Yeah.
We've had a new kitchen and we've bought a new sofa for our kitchen dining area. And we have a new sofa and it had to,
out with the old then.
Had to go out with the old.
Well, I'm pleased it's ended up here because I've got all sorts of plans for the material and things that are coming off sofas. Probably not keeping them as a sofa, but to make stuff out of it. So if there was any chance that I could take it away and make good use of it,
absolutely.
Well, I will look after it and make something lovely out of it. And if it's okay to keep in touch, I'll show you what I've done.
You have made my daughter's day.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you so much. I think I might have to ask you to help me carry it now. Oh, it's quite heavy though.
Oh, Lucy didn't want to be parted from this comfy pal.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for helping.
But Dad had decided it was fit for the dump. Seems like Sarah's solved the problem. Sweet.
I think it wasn't that well loved, which is why it had to go. So we brought it along here today, hoping that someone would be able to take it off our hands, and they have, and that's brilliant.
I hope it's leather, because there's a lot of material I can use on this, and I've got to have a good think about what to do with it, but I'm hoping, well, there's a lot of handbags to be made, isn't there?
This sad sofa is destined for the studio of designer dressmaker Chinello Bally. Chinello shot to fame on the Great British Sewing Bee and now creates stunning couture for a host of discerning clients.
I've always loved fashion. I think it comes from background actually, because my mum is very, very stylish. The women in my family are very stylish. And one of the things that encouraged me the most to start making for other people was because when I wore my garments, people would always stop me saying, oh, you know, oh, I really like this. Where did you get it from? And they found out I'd made it myself. I really do look for the beauty in anything.
And hopefully you'll see the beauty in a beaten-up leather settee, Chinello. It's back to the dump as a search for an item of her own gets underway. and Sarah can spot some sparkle from a mile away.
I might go and put it in the reuse for you. That's going to bring a bit of joy to somebody, isn't it?
Yes. Sarah needs to get her own project up and running, and she spots a man with a van. It's Philip, who she saved stuff for before, and he's on a mission to clear out a house. Smashing.
They're pretty cool, aren't they?
And voila, Philip is getting rid of some striking-looking metalwork.
Brilliant. They look like they could have a new lease of life.
I remember my brother buying these at Peter Jones in 1968.
Right.
And they were £2,500.
Wow.
And we actually just couldn't believe that he would spend that much money. Anyway, they ended up in the garage.
The upmarket Peter Jones store has been a landmark in Chelsea since 1877.
I've got all the glass, none of the glass is cracked or anything.
No, I heard you saying earlier it's your birthday. I think it might be my birthday. That's fantastic. Let me take them. Are they heavy?
Sure,
no, probably not. Come with me. Sorry.
Where do you want them put?
Just over here would be great, so nobody else chucks them away. That would be fantastic. Have you any thoughts about what we could make out of them?
Shelves.
Shelves.
That's what they are.
Fair enough. If these cost $2.5 grand in the 60s, they could still carry some real value.
They were highly fashionable. If she's got the patience and cleans them up and gets the chrome fixed, they're just going to look as lovely as they did 40 years ago.
How cool are these? I love the fact that they were really expensive when they were new because it means that they'll have great integrity to them. They'll have some real quality. I've got high hopes for remaking these into something fabulous.
Sarah wants to repurpose these sassy 60s shelving units and ideally provide a profit for Philip. They make a fine, upstanding item 3. Sarah's crafty pals now each have their items. Jay will rethink the tennis club's industrial chairs. Chinello will turn Matthew and Lucy's two-seater into some tailored togs. And thanks to Philip, Sarah has a project all to her shelf.
I found some little gems today. They might look like diamonds in the rough at the moment, but by the time I finish with them, they're going to be shiny bright and worth an absolute fortune.
The former market town of Wolverhampton became a powerhouse of engineering during the Industrial Revolution. It was where the first set of automatic traffic lights were introduced. And furniture restorer Jay Blades is revving up and ready to go.
Sarah will be along in a little while. Don't know what it's going to be. Hopefully it'll be something from the mid-century modern, so pre-1970s would be nice. Made of wood. An English manufacturer, be even better. But who knows what people are throwing away these days.
So, not to be too specific then, Jay. Hopefully he won't be too put out that Sarah's chairs are made of metal.
Hello. Okay.
They're not wood. I'm a bit worried.
Wow.
Good news or bad news? I've got another 5 outside.
You've got another 5?
Yeah.
Should we go and get them?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no going back now, Jay. That's right. Sarah's brought you 7 rusty seats.
First things first is you know I like working with wood, and this is metal. Yeah, I've got a bit of wood, thank you.
It's not in great condition.
No, but it's not too bad. The only thing I'm concerned about is just the frame, the amount of rust that's on there.
Oh, look, there's a label.
Yeah.
Nita Limited, excellent, ER.
Yeah.
They're royal.
There you go.
They've got the Queen's name on them.
Right.
This little symbol confirms that the manufacturer of these chairs once supplied the royal family.
Anything with a brand name, anything like that, always gives it that little bit of provenance that makes it a little bit more interesting and probably worth a bit more, doesn't it?
Yes, most definitely. The ideas I've got, I would do 3 in one cover of fabric, so these will be kind of matching, and then do another 3 in another fabric, completely different to this one, and then one odd one as a wow factor. Having in mind that the wow factor one is going to be the bee's knees.
Well, that sounds very intriguing,
Yeah.
but...
Price.
Price.
Yeah. To do the work on these, rub them down, You're probably looking at about 75 to £80 per chair.
You don't need to go to the gym this week, I tell you.
I've got my work cut out.
You've got your hands full here.
Yeah, most definitely. So we do have a deal.
We're dealing, Jill.
We're dealing. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Furnished steel frames, brand spanking new upholstery, and at least one unique standout seat. These seats could end up as the pride of the West Midlands.
Really important to see that those chairs have got tags on the bottom with a maker's mark, because that adds value. And with Jay's ideas for making them into a really cool set, I think there's potential to make at least a couple of £100 there.
These are not the normal thing that I normally work on, but I always like a challenge. But these are really, really interesting. I do like them, to tell you the honest truth. But it's a lot of work, a hell of a lot of work.
These tennis club cast-offs will command a sizable budget to take from tired and tarnished to shiny and sought after. At £80 each, Sarah's going to have to make in excess of £560 to stand any chance of making a profit. From Wolverhampton to Canning Town in London's East End. Amongst the legacy of its industrial past and its gleaming regeneration lies a fashion hotspot, although it might not look it from the outside. Sarah sees her sad sofa as an ideal project for Chinello Bally. Chinello is an uncompromising designer dressmaker, but she's certainly not an upholsterer, and she has no idea what Sarah's bringing. What will she make of that tragic two-seater?
Well, Sarah's been to the dump, so it could be anything really. It could be, she could bring me a lampshade and say, you know, turn this into something amazing. Don't know with that girl. So I just don't know what it could be.
It's really dusty.
Didn't we have this sofa? Do you? I think we had this sofa, yeah. Oh, wow.
It's really bad. It's been in a barn and it's got bird poo on it, so it doesn't...
Oh, okay.
It needs cleaning up. Do you think that smells like real leather?
Smells like a barn.
That's where it's been, don't tell anybody. I've seen you do all your lovely freehand cutting. I didn't know whether it was bodice or armour type stuff, but I just thought, I know you'll have great ideas.
There's a garment in this, definitely. I'm thinking lace as well. Can we put more to it?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Do you know, I'm thinking maybe a dress or a jumpsuit. Something very sexy, feminine. But playing with the leathers, I'm really looking forward to this one.
And is there any problem with the thickness of the leather?
Oh, no, I actually felt it. It's not that thick. It's not that bad, actually.
Shall we rip into the leather and then have a look at it?
I thought you'd never say it.
Let's get stabbing.
Looks like the sofa's got someone excited.
Instead of actually cutting it, I'm going to just rip into this.
Get ripping, girls.
Oh, it smells like leather, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It sounds fantastic, you know, I can see this amazing couture garment, but how much is that going to be to actually make?
Well, for my charges, you'll be looking at about £300.
Okay.
So try and keep it within sort of that price range.
The lace and the leather, I would never put it together.
I can't wait to show it to you, to be honest.
Looks like Chinello loves that leather. Phew.
I'm so excited that it's a black leather sofa. It's black, I love black. It's leather, leather's amazing. And it's a sofa, what kind of transformation is that? I'm just really, really excited about it.
At a cost of £300, this is certainly no off-the-peg job. So will Sarah go from rags to riches and pull in a profit? From the hustle and bustle of the East End, we head south to Sussex and the barn where Sarah's getting her very own rejuvenation project underway. Sarah rescued some 60s shelving units which had seen better days. She's more used to working with fabrics and frills, so will this project test her mettle?
So it probably doesn't look like it now, but these were once a really high-end set of shelving. They're quite daunting because they're metal. As somebody who often uses fabric, it's slightly away from what I'm used to dealing with. But I've had a few ideas, but it sort of depends on how they come up.
And she starts with a finish. Sarah is using a metal polish to try and remove rust spots from the vintage chrome and restore some of its original lustre.
I'm hoping to bring them back to a stage where you could have them in your sitting room. That's really pretty. Lovely and shiny. out of this, I must be able to make one really cool ottoman, like fat footstool, with a big upholstered top to it.
Sarah's set her sights on an Ottoman-style coffee table. These usually incorporate an upholstered top, which can double as a footstool. Comfy, yet functional.
And if I get some really good quality foam, maybe something quite thick like that, some velvet over it, might even try to do some buttoning on it to make it look really pucker.
The shelves will become the coffee table frame, but she doesn't need all of that metal, so it's time to cut it down to size. Using a hacksaw to cut thin tubular metal like this is perfectly fine, but it's slow going and takes a lot of effort. Did I mention it was slow going?
This is really hard work. I'm sure I could upgrade this as well. A nice power tool, I could just cut through there.
Well, you've started, Sarah, so you might as well finish.
Glad that's over. So that bit there, hopefully, is going to slot into that bit there.
And with a cut and shut frame just about ready, Sarah can turn her attention to the planned upholstered top, which will have a plywood base. And she wouldn't be our Sarah if she didn't already have some materials standing by.
This is a big old length. I think it's old mattress ticking, so it's really robust and firm. It'll certainly do the job. But it's just whether it's high-end enough. I have a feeling that this, when it's all together, would look good.
Back in Wolverhampton, Sarah left furniture restorer Jay with 7 sorry seats. Jay's first job is to eradicate that rust. These retro chairs were the property of a tennis club, so have probably been used both indoors and out. And now those frames need a new finish.
I don't really need to get rid of all of the rust that's on there. Just make sure that it's fully kind of rubbed down. As long as these are going inside, there's not going to be a problem with these re-rusting again.
Jay's decided on a paint finish. By lightly sanding the metalwork, he's giving the surface a key, which means the new paint will adhere to the frames properly.
I'm going to go for my kind of signature colour, which is black, which will then in turn make the seat that I put on there and the back really stand out because it gives it a really brilliant platform. So normally what happens is before I'm going to paint, I get in the mood by playing a little bit of music. You might not like it, but it gets me going.
So now Jay has his tunes on, it's time to get some paint on.
Whenever I paint a chair, I always work towards myself. If it's got struts, then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Applying the paint really, really thinly, and as you can see, you could probably see strokes and you could see the silver coming through. That's absolutely perfect. I'm not looking to cover this completely in a full-on black. This will more than likely take at least, I'd say about 4, maybe 6 coats of paint is what this is going to take. I'm going in a kind of angle like that. The last stroke is always coming up.
White shirt and black paint. You're a braver man than me, Jay.
I like to wear something a bit nice while I'm painting, so I take my time and I don't actually get paint onto me. Very confident. I've just got a stain here. I think that was from the breakfast that I had this morning. That's baked beans on there. But I'm very confident I should be able to go to that wedding that I'm going to later on. I'm only joking.
Jay has decided on coloured velvet seat covers, which will stand out in sharp contrast to his black frames.
The reason why I've chose velvet is because this is quite a hard frame. So it's a steel frame. What we're doing is hoping to make these more accommodating to someone's home. You've got to have something that feels luxurious. They are going to look amazing. And they're going to be worth every penny after I've put all of the work into them, because they're going to take a lot of work.
That all sounds splendid, Jay, but don't you have another 6 seats to sand? Better get a wiggle on. Back in London's Canning Town, the task of taking a beaten-up leather sofa and creating a one-off designer dress is underway in Chinello's studio. She's got a famous client in mind for this design.
We have worked together on a lot of garments actually, and I think she trusts me now. So, yeah, I've got her in mind as I'm making this. I'm trying to keep it something that I know she'll like and she'll appreciate.
A ready-made client, Sarah will be chuffed.
That's the bodice, so this is the part I'm making at the moment, and that will be the skirt. So when you put them together, then they become the dress.
Chinello starts by selecting the best cuts of leather.
I like this because it's quite smooth, so this will give a nice body. The way I see this is a piece of fabric for me. I'm not going to look at anything as an obstacle. I'm just going to see it as a piece of fabric and run with it like that.
She unpicks the existing stitches and prepares the fabric for her famous free cutting technique. Chinello is relying solely on her client's measurements as well as her imagination.
You need to do a lot of ironing where freehand cutting is involved, and I can't do that with the leather. So I want to make a template with some polycotton first. So I'll do that freehand and then I'll use that template to cut out the leather pieces.
Using polycotton templates allows Chinello to cut out the first sections which will form the bodice of the dress.
I'm just going to cut around the template pieces with some reserve around it. So those will be the seams. This is actually the bodice of the garment. So this is the side back, this is the centre back, that's the centre front, and that's the side front. So they all sort of fit together as a puzzle. Nowadays, people just, go into the shop and get a commercial pattern, but I do swear by my freehand method because I just enjoy the freedom of it.
With the individual elements cut out, Chinello now sews them together, stitching what are known as darts to help the bodice follow her famous client's curves.
And this is what I mean by darting, giving the garment shape, because we had a flat piece, and just by creating those darts, we've now got some shape in that piece, and that's where the bust would sit inside of.
It's not long before the bodice starts to take shape. Who'd have thought this started out life as a sofa? Back in Sussex,
Let's put it down on the floor next to Bramble.
Sarah's daughter lends a hand with the finishing touches to our Ottoman-style coffee table.
So my plan for the top of the ottoman was to cover it in this pink fabric and then bead it with some really lovely buttons all the way across it. But it was looking a bit like an old mattress. And then I bought some fabric, spent 50 quid on it. But it is some really beautiful Indian fabric, Indian style. It's a lovely linen. And in order to make it really bright and funky, I've made some tufts to go on it. These are made from some old embroidery threads, and I've done nearly all of them, but I've got one more to do in a corner. This is definitely a two-person job. So my little helper has been earning pocket money. Right, Lobster, hang on to that for me. So what you need is a really long needle that will go all the way through. You have to push it in at 90 degrees to the board so that you know it's going to come out in exactly the right position on the other side. So I've got a tuft line here. It takes quite a bit of pushing through because the foam's really dense. So we've got my nice little two ends of fabric there. Then the fun bit, choose a colour and put that in the middle of those two pieces of thread. Do a simple knot once and then twice. It should stop it moving. So these are just granny knots, really simple stuff. And because I'm going to pull the tufts really tightly, this is all going to get hidden right in the middle of the thread. Choose a button, thread a couple of bits through. Then I'm going to turn it over so we can get some real pressure in it. Thanks, Lobster. Down. So once again, a couple more knots, like that. And then just fluff up the tuft. Tufts and tassels feel like they're really now and they're all over the place, and these bright colour pops really add some detail to what would be quite a plain and ordinary coffee table. So I'm really pleased with it.
Sarah started out with a sorry set of 60s shelves and has created a brand new designer coffee table. with upholstered linen top and a made-to-measure chrome frame, fit for the swankiest of pads.
Comfortable? Yeah. Oh, it is comfortable. It's almost a tell you. That's all right, isn't it? So if you have that on the end of the sofa, you know, watching TV, you can put your feet up, or if you want to put down magazines and stuff on it, that's fine. Thanks for your help. Couldn't have done it without you. How much am I paying you? Because it all comes out of my budget.
About £1,000.
Now, I know it looks like it's expensive, but I can't afford that much. Should we call it a tenner?
20.
20?
Oh, could this turn out to be Sarah's trickiest negotiation to date?
£14.50.
12.
£14.
Come on then.
Back at the dump, Philip's shelves were surplus to requirements, although he did think they should be kept as they are.
They were highly fashionable, and if she's got the patience and cleans them up, they're just going to look as lovely as they did 40 years ago.
But Sarah salvaged what she needed and created a custom-made Ottoman coffee table complete with upholstered top. Sarah sold these former shelves to a dealer who specialises in retro furniture, Groovy. Sarah returned to Chichester to give Philip some good news and hand over some loot.
Hi, Lucy.
How are you, Philip?
Hi, good, thank you.
Lovely to see you again. First thing I'd like to talk to you about is the frames that you dropped off. They were something really approachable that I could work on. So I cut them up and turned them on their side and turned them into an ottoman. So here is that said ottoman.
Oh, good grief.
Is that a good grief or a...
No, that's fantastic.
I'm not sure you're supposed to be laughing at this point.
No,
but...
I'm not. I'm just impressed you work so hard.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, but it was quite a simple thing. And
So how long did it take?
Probably about 3 hours.
This is not as impressive.
Really, a week.
That's so much better.
Well, yeah, so that's how it ended up, and I'm very pleased to say that somebody else really loved it and paid £200 for it. So I've got £100 profit here to give to you.
Well, thank you very much indeed. That's, considering I was about to throw it away, that is a lovely surprise.
I don't know off the top of your head if you know what you might do with £100, but it's all yours
I might
to do.
spend it.
On what? Go on. Anything in particular?
I haven't got a clue at the moment, but it'll be something towards the birthday present that actually I didn't get that day.
Fantastic.
I will let you know in time.
Lovely.
I will let you know by the end of my next birthday, should I make it.
Well, I'll see you at the tip, no doubt. It was lovely to see you again, Philip, and thank you so much for letting me take your shelves away and make them into something.
It's so nice to take your money. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sarah's imaginative transformation of what was once a shelving unit has cost £100 to complete. Managing a sale of £200 has left Philip with £100 for a belated birthday gift.
It's very clever and ingenious. No, I'm very pleasantly surprised, and I can't believe she did it so quickly.
Sarah's back in wonderful Wolverhampton to check up on the industrial chairs that she left with furniture rejuvenator Jay. Jay is making some last-minute tweaks to one of those seats.
I think it's gone brilliantly according to plan. They look, for me, the chairs just look to die for. I think she should love them the same way I love them, but you never know, she might not like it.
When I left here, Jay had just been given 7 chairs that could best be described as, say, utility chic, but actually were just depressing grey. I'm hoping that with his bags of ideas and all of that style that he has, he's managed to drag them up into something really stylish, and with £80 budget each, he better have nailed it.
Jay took on 7 sad stackable chairs and has transformed them into 7 signature seats, with rust-free frames in black and rich-coloured velvet seat covers, including this standout, eye-catching wild card.
No way.
How we doing?
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. But what do you think?
I think altogether they look lovely. I
Yeah.
want to see them all lined up. I want to see them round a table. The frames have come up really well, haven't they? I mean, they look brand new, don't they?
Yeah, the frames do look brand new.
Is that one special?
That's the special one. That is most definitely the special one. It's a statement piece, isn't it?
I think you've definitely made some statements here.
I think it works quite well if you've got 3 going up one side of the table, then another 3 going up the other side of the table, and then top one.
Me at the end.
Yeah,
Mine.
there you go.
Mine.
Your place at the end. There's just so many colours in there. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, really impressive. Because these were utility at best, weren't they? They were ugly.
Yeah, what we've done here is just made sure that we put a velvet fabric on there so the steel is not so hard, because not many people have steel furniture in their house.
Well, I think you've done a cracking job. Tell me. I left you with a load of budget for these. Am I under or am I over?
With the rubbing down, you're slightly over. I think, if I remember rightly, we said £80 per chair, if I remember rightly. It came in at 85 per chair.
I think I'm in profit. I mean, even if I sold them for 700 quid,
Yeah.
I'm 100 quid up for the tennis club. So I think it's nice to be able to give you back some real money for the hard work you put into sorting out all those frames and the lovely upholstery.
And my elbow is absolutely killing me. Because the rubbing down is just unreal.
You boys, you don't know what hard work is.
That's true. That's true.
Right, I'm taking these away. Jay has managed to make those chairs look absolutely fantastic. It's the attention to detail that matters with these things, and he's absolutely nailed it.
I was very chuffed with that, actually. It's always daunting when Sarah comes in, because I've worked by myself in the workshop, and it's kind of like, will they like it? Will the real world like it? Because then you get exposed to the real world via Sarah, and then she comes and she likes it, and then obviously she has to sell it in the end. So, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Back at the dump.
There we go.
These industrial utilitarian chairs had been discarded by the local tennis club, and David had offered to dispose of them.
I'm glad somebody's going to use them. I don't know, maybe put new backs on them, new seats on them, polish them up or something. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what happens. Yeah.
And after the J-Blades treatment, they look good enough for centre court. Unfortunately, despite it being Advantage Sarah, these 7 beauties have failed to score a new home. Sarah has returned to Whitley to serve up the results and show David what has become of the old chairs.
Hi there. Hi, David. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, yes.
How are you?
Very well, very well. Yeah, not so good the weather, but...
No, it's typical English summer, is it?
Yeah.
I've got a few pictures and things to show you about your chairs.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
They were completely...
Look at that. They look amazing. They really do. Completely different.
So would they look out of place in the tennis club now?
They look too good, I think.
It does get like that. At this point, I'd love to be saying I've sold them for loads of money and handing over watches of cash for the tennis club.
Right.
But they haven't sold yet.
Okay.
So I just thought I'd come along and update you on how they are.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think they have a good chance of selling. And when they do, I'll come back to you with a profit.
All right. Thank you very
Lovely.
much indeed.
Really nice to see you again.
Okay,
and thank
good
you
to
very
see
much for letting me
Well
have your
done.
chair.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
All
Bye-bye.
right, bye-bye.
With Jay serving up an ace updating the 7 old chairs, his cost totaled £595. Although hopeful a sale can be achieved, currently they remain unsold, which means there is no profit at the moment to return to David and the tennis club.
I didn't think you'd get anything for them or be able to do anything with them, so I'm very pleased you have been able to, and he's done a grand job on them anyhow.
Back in London's East End, Chinello has just about completed her radical transformation of that sorry sofa and now awaits Sarah's arrival.
I don't know if I'm nervous what I think she'll think of it. I think she'll like it, but obviously you never know. So I just really want to see the look on her face. I hope it's not one of disgust, but I just want to see what she thinks of it when she comes in.
I'm hoping I'm about to have a Cinderella moment, that Chinello, with her £300 budget and a wave of her magic wand, is going to have turned that tired old sofa into a beautiful designer gown.
Thanks to Chinello's magic touch, the curse of the couch has been lifted. A truly enchanting transformation has taken place. Elizabeth is modelling a handmade leather dress with fitted bodice, leather skirt and luxury lace detailing.
This is Elizabeth. Wow, do you know that's amazing?
Do you like it?
I'm speechless.
What were you thinking before you came in?
I suppose because I've seen these dresses before, I was thinking that it'd be something like that, you know, more just less petite, should we say, on the leather front. But it is fantastic. I love what you've done with it with the lace. Genius, genius. Let me give us a turn. Cool. I love the zip in the back. It does look really cool. I feel really underdressed. I don't know about you, I'm feeling really dowdy over here. So what does it feel like actually wearing something like that?
It feels amazing, and I kind of look sexy in it, so I kind of love it.
Yeah, well. She didn't want to take it off actually. She wants it for herself.
Okay. Well,
like Sarah's going to give you a price for the dress. So
yeah. I think that we left saying you had £300 worth of budget.
We still kept it sort of within because the things we have added to it we had lying around in the studio anyway. Yeah, but so it's fine. It's still within budget.
So I know that you said that you had somebody in mind. Did you actually fit it to somebody?
Yeah, this is made for Laura Mvula. She's a client of mine, and I called her up and said, you know, this is the situation. Would you fancy something? And she said, you know, that she wouldn't mind. So I think she would love this.
And have you discussed price with her?
I haven't discussed price. That's your job, Sarah.
Oh, lovely. Well, you know, looking at it looks amazing, doesn't it? Nobody's going to see that and think there's an old sofa, are they? I shall see you soon.
See you soon.
That was lovely. Thank you ever so much, Elizabeth. Bye.
Bye.
Now that is the kind of surprise that I really like. Chinello had put her heart and soul into that dress, and I think it really showed. She might have sold it as well, which is really helpful, and she's definitely left me something that I can make a profit out of.
I'm very happy with her reaction. I'm really happy that she loved the dress and it's made it all worth it. That's good.
Matthew and daughter Lucy brought their old leather two-seater sofa to the dump, but Lucy had hoped someone would rescue it and give it a new home.
I don't personally want to get rid of it, but family's decision was to
get rid of it?
Yeah.
Chinello reclaimed the leather and worked a mini miracle. Chinello designed a dress with singer Laura Mvula in mind, and so Sarah has a ready-made sale. Sarah's back in Guildford to reveal to Matthew and daughter Lucy what became of their two-seater leather sofa, but how much profit was there at the end of the day.
Hi, Matthew.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah. Hi there.
Hi,
how are
Sarah.
you? Nice to see you again. Hi, Lucy. How are you? Really nice to catch up again. I just thought I'd come and give you a quick update about what we did with your favourite sofa. I remember from when you were dropping it off that I think you were reluctant for it to be thrown.
Right, yeah.
I have a friend called Chinello who is a fantastic seamstress. And she does have a client who's called Laura Mvula, who is a singer. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. Yeah. She's had things like... Have you heard of her?
Yeah.
Great.
I haven't.
No, I hadn't either. She has commissioned something from Chinello to be made out of your sofa.
Oh, my word.
I've got a picture of it to show you.
Oh, wow.
And it's quite dramatic.
Oh, my word.
It's
amazing.
What do you think?
Well,
amazing.
It's staggering. I can't believe that that sofa has become that.
Because it was commissioned, it meant that it was actually sold. So there's some profit left. And I wondered, I don't know how you feel about this, but I wondered, I've got £200 here for you, and I wondered if it'd be all right to give it to Lucy to think about what she might spend it on. Is that? Yeah, that's all yours, and it was a lovely thing to work with. Think of us when you're using it. I hope it does something helpful and useful.
Oh, Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
For Chinello to work her magic transforming Matthew and daughter Lucy's sofa into a show-stopping dress cost £300. But with a commission already in place, a sale of £500 was guaranteed, leaving £200 with Lucy, who, by the way, is studying A-level textile design and intends to spend the cash on materials.
This is a complete surprise. It's amazing that they've managed to get a profit from it. I never thought that would happen.
Sarah has shown salvation to 3 items from the dump. The rusty metal frames designed into a stylish one-of-a-kind Ottoman table. The 7 old tennis club chairs, re-energised from utility to dishy dining. And the black leather sofa, revamped into a sassy, show-stopping gown.
The natural hoarder in me would love to hang on to everything that we find, but actually it's a lot more satisfying seeing things totally transformed and sending them off to a new home.
How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Before you throw that away, is there any chance I can have a quick chat to you about it?
Sure. That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I am a passionate buyer, user and renovator of second-hand stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old into new and I sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
That is the most fabulous thing I've seen here. This is so exciting.
In her search for tip treasure.
I love rifling through the rubbish.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers.
Hello, hello.
What have you got today?
I want to do what's right for this piece of rubbish.
She can transform her finds into desirable.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Speechless.
Valuable.
You're joking.
And hopefully saleable items.
You always talk my kind of money, Jay. I love doing deals with you.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Wow!
Sarah's travelled to the Bredbury Recycling Centre in Stockport, where they can have over 200 cars through the gates every day.
So can you hear them? Can you hear them all calling out to me? They're saying, Sarah, save me, don't put me in the skip, make me into something beautiful. And that's just what I want to do. And in the process, I'm hoping to make lots of money too.
Sarah talked very nicely to the kind people who run the dump and has secured special permission to ambush people today.
Oh look, there's a nice big car coming in. Maybe they've got lots of things in their boot.
Sarah's on the lookout for 3 items she can breathe new life into and sell for a profit.
No need for one of those in your life then?
No.
No breaking and entering?
Well, I've got other tools for that.
Stop bothering the nice cat burglar, Sarah, and get on with your search. Well, it's not long before Sarah has her eye on Chris's leather sofa, but only if it's the genuine article.
Is it, this is a rude question, is it leather?
Yeah, I think
Really?
so. Yeah, well, I can remember.
Have you had it long? What's the...
It's about 10 years of age, that. Probably 12 now, no, about 12 years of age. I used to have 2 Dalmatians, so parts of it's marked.
Okay, that doesn't
for
matter.
the dogs wise.
We've got a new one, so this one's just literally been dumped in the cabin.
Yeah.
You want to rip it?
If I can get this leather off here, I can make handbags, maybe bodices. The fact that it's worn actually adds to its appeal. Well, hopefully we'll give it another life. I don't really know what that will be yet, but it's lovely material, particularly this bit, probably the most worn bit. It's so soft.
Yeah, it's more bums have been on that one.
I beg your pardon.
More bums.
What a cheek. But will Sarah be able to salvage enough leather that's not too bum-battered?
Considering that, you know, the city's about 10, 12 years of age, and it's been well worn by several people's bottoms and several dogs. So yeah, I think she'll struggle to do anything with it, really.
I couldn't be more pleased with this footstool and chair. It's covered in the most fantastic leather and like meters of it. So I've got a marvellous maker lined up who's going to transform this into something that you just won't believe. And at the end of the day, I think we're going to make some money out of it as well.
Having comfortably bagged her first item, Sarah now has to turn sat on into saleable. And she has just the person in mind to do it. Chinello Bally has been turning heads since reaching the final of the Great British Sewing Bee. Her hand-cut couture pieces have caught the attention of the fashion world, and now she has a long list of celebrity clients.
I've always loved fashion. I think it comes from background, actually, because my mum is very, very stylish. The women in my family are very stylish. I've always been surrounded by very unique items of clothing. One of the things that encouraged me the most to start making for other people was because when I wore my garments, people would always stop me saying, oh, you know, oh, I really like this, where did you get it from? And they'd find out I'd made it myself. And then very early on, I'd get people say, oh, can you make one for me? And I really do look for the beauty in anything.
Chinello may look for the beauty in everything, but she may struggle to find it in the load of old leather Sarah's dropping off. So it's one item down, two to go. And while Sarah was busy with Chris's sofa, she's missed an absolute gem.
It's really annoying that that's in there, and that's, you know, it's nice old wood.
Just to be clear, once something hits the tip, it's out of bounds.
Can I just go in and get it?
No, Sarah, you can't. But if you're quick enough, you might be interested in what Derek has in his boot.
Hi there, I'm really sorry to bother you, and I know you're busy, but I'm just wondering what you're dropping off and...
Just a bit of steel and aluminium and so on.
Okay, was it a greenhouse or something?
Yes, yeah, it was an old greenhouse.
We're looking for things that we might be able to make into other stuff, and these angly bits look really interesting. Would it be okay to have a better look at them outside?
Yeah, of course, no problem, I'll take them out.
Brilliant, thank you. I know they're rusty and beaten up and stuff, but they're just the kind of thing that we might be able to marry them up with something.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Really? That's fab.
Where would you like us to put them?
Just over here would be, in front of the scrap metal would be lovely, thank you.
Sarah's acquired some angle iron, which is kind of like a giant Meccano set for grown-ups.
Brilliant, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, bye-bye.
But can she reassemble it into something that can turn a profit? What does Derek think she'll do?
I'm assuming she's going to make a shelving unit of some sort, using the garage or the shed. It's only one piece, as long as she's handy with a paintbrush.
Anything like this that is modular, so it comes apart and you can screw it together, is really easy to work with, even if you're just an amateur. So although it's in a bit of a state at the moment, I think it's got real potential if we were to give it a really good clean down. If you keep polishing it up enough, it's the kind of thing that you can put in your house.
Not in my house. And it's not going to be much good on its own. Do you think you can find some old wood or something? Oh, you already have.
So it's probably all here.
It's a junk jigsaw.
There we go, back to being pretty much a whole door now. What do you reckon? Your next dining room table, sir?
Well, I don't fancy eating my dinner off it. And if she plans to stick it together with the angle iron and make something out of it, she's going to need some help. Rupert Blanchard is one of the most imaginative bespoke furniture makers, searching the country for undervalued materials to rework into contemporary designs.
I work mostly with reclaimed, salvaged and abandoned materials, Basically, other people's waste, I find some kind of beauty in it and spend a lot of time and give rubbish a lot of attention to try and bring it back into use. I like giving things a second, a third, a fourth chance.
Rupert's been making furniture for over 10 years, and in that time has developed a thing for drawers.
Oh, look at that drawer. Look at that. What a beautiful drawer.
Rupert's no stranger to unused materials, but that door might be past saving. With 2 items found for Sarah's marvellous makers,
It'd be right to just have a quick rifle through and... Lovely.
the hunt is on for something that will be Sarah's own money-making mission.
They're really cute. There are 200 cars an hour coming through here. I have got to be able to find something.
And Peter and Michael's trailer of trash may contain just what she's been looking for.
What brings it here today?
Well, your in-laws are moving out, aren't they? So we're just bringing it up.
So this is our rubbish, what we're just throwing in everything.
So where's it been, in the shed or in the
Yeah,
garage?
it's just
Or?
been in the shed.
I don't know what that is. That's quite cool. Oh, Rizzlers. So you're not tempted to drink the very special anniversary ale from 1984? No? No, I can see that might have limited appeal.
I'm more of a Foster's man.
Really?
Great. So far, fags and booze. Get a move on, Sarah.
Ooh, look. So is it just me, or does that... There's something cool about that, isn't there?
It's just you, Sarah.
Maybe. I wonder if you could use those in lighting or something, because they're just the fact there's so many different colours in there. I feel really bad about putting those into the tip. I'm not quite sure why, but they've got a certain appeal.
Yes, to golfers.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what's this? Peter's got another bit of treasure for you, Sarah. But how could it possibly beat those golf tees?
Do you know what it is?
I ain't got a clue.
I think that it's, see how it's got an angle like that on it? It's a writing slope. So when people wrote letters, it went like that. So it was like a mini desk when they were, and so there you've got the bit where your pen went. Oh, look, isn't that clever the way it opens up? And down here, and the key that goes with it. Would it be something that we might be able to have a look at?
Yeah, no problem.
Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Now that's more like it. I'm sure you can make a few bob selling it as it is.
So everybody used to have things like this, because everybody wrote letters, so we just don't do it anymore. Here, it's very faint lines. This would have been beautiful gold inlay, you know, onto the velvet, so that would have been pretty. So that's a joyful little piece of history there.
This type of writing slope or lap desk first appeared in the 18th century and became a stylish accessory for the travelling gentleman. Today, the market for these is buoyant, and Sarah could well raise some surprise cash for Michael and Peter.
I love this box. It's really sweet, and it's the oldest thing that we found today. It's got some lovely details on it, and I'm hoping that it's going to be really quite valuable. And that means that all of the money we get from selling it can go to that great guy who dropped it off earlier. So that has got to be a good thing, hasn't it?
And with that, today's list is complete. Chinello will lavish love on Chris's leather. Rupert will tackle Derek's rusty frame and that dissected door. And Sarah, oh no, she's not taking the golf tees as well, is she? Oh well, double the potential profit, I suppose.
I have cherry-picked my way through loads of rubbish here today, and I've picked 3 potential things that I think will make heaps of money.
Canning Town, East London. Amongst its old industrial past and its current regeneration lies the home of high fashion. Well, you wouldn't think it from the outside. Designer Chinello Bally will have Sarah at her door any minute with the beaten-down chair. I have a feeling she's not going to be happy when she sees what it's made out of.
I love beautiful fabric. Anything that's beautiful, anything that's glamorous looking, I love. If I was going to say anything's out of my comfort zone, it would probably be leather. It's because you wouldn't usually think of leather and think elegant.
Oh dear. Good luck, Chinello.
Hello, Chinello.
What have you got for me?
Okay, these are the cushions off a chair, and I've got a footstool that goes with it.
Oh, wow. She's in.
I'm going to need to sit down here. So I'm hoping that between this and this, we've actually got heaps of this fabric.
There's loads of it, definitely.
I actually wondered if it was nicer.
I actually really like the inside,
Yeah.
but I think as well we can use both because look, that looks lovely against each other.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I had a few ideas.
Okay. I want to hear your ideas this time because I have got no idea.
When I was looking at this, I kept on thinking about maybe having something like some sort of cape or some sort of loosely fitted garment.
Yes, maybe. How about like a blazer cape? You know those blazers that have the capes attached to them, so they don't have a sleeve. It will be like the cape instead of the sleeve.
Come on, Sarah. You know, those blazer capes that you see everyone wearing all over the place.
What exactly, how does it style, the blazer cape?
It's basically a blazer, like yours, but it would have a cape.
Fascinating.
Fantastic.
A blazer cape, how much money does it cost to produce a blazer cape?
Stop saying blazer cape.
Could be looking about £250 to £300.
OK. Do you think that would mean we'd make a profit?
Definitely, I think so, because this is real leather, you know, and it's a handmade jacket. Should be looking about £400 for it.
OK, well, I think that sounds great. I think leaves me a bit of room to surprise the guys who dropped it off. Well, shall I leave it with you?
Yes, I'm going to kick you out now so I can get on with work.
OK.
Bye.
Don't work too hard.
OK, bye.
Bye.
And so, blazer cape.
So this is sort of out of my comfort zone, but I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a challenge, a good challenge, however.
Armchair footstool becomes blazer cape. It's not an obvious choice of garment, but only Chinello would think of something like that. Secretly, I hope it fits me.
So do I. So it'll be £300 to produce the garment. And all Sarah has to do is find a superhero looking for formal wear, and she's sorted. Sunny Margate on the southeast coast. Once a mecca for British holidaymakers, now it's a place where vintage is an advantage and reclamation is the order of the day. And one man leading the way is our Rupert. And Carlos the cat. Sarah's about to set him the challenge of making something out of the angle iron and the old barn door.
Rupert, hi.
Hey, Sarah.
How are you?
Back again?
I've got a few things. OK, don't look. Can you rustle off somewhere and I'll bring it in and then you can see it because I don't want you to get put off.
Sarah thinks if she can make it look presentable, then Rupert might just see its potential.
It's all coming together. It's going to be fun.
Sarah's brought some weird things to me before, so this time, who knows what it could be.
Looks good, doesn't it? Really inspiring. Doesn't look like a load of old junk.
I'm not exactly sure who Sarah's trying to convince, but either way, Rupert's getting concerned.
Sarah, you all right?
Yeah, it's coming together. I hope it's going to be worth it.
Can't quite imagine what you're doing yet. It's a lot of crashing and banging coming from out there.
Never look better. Rupert?
It's like all my birthdays and Christmases come at once.
There was something about it. It's been hacked into, it's been cut up.
Okay.
But I just love the fact, the wear on it, you can't make it look like that.
What is it? A toilet door, a barn door?
Barn door, I'm thinking.
And then this angle iron?
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it?
I love angle iron, I love it. It's so flexible, adjustable, and it's something that you don't really see now in the home. Everyone used to make their bench in their shed, their shelving in the garage out of this stuff.
So, the angle iron's a hit, but the old barn door has some issues.
Quite a lot of age to it, a lot of dry rot there, so it can be complicated to work with.
I don't know if you've noticed, but actually it has been cut in half. So there is, it's not quite as intact. So yeah, that's why I was piecing it together so it wasn't.
That's a surprise.
Yes.
It's a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, I did have some thoughts that maybe this was kind of cut up into parquet to make amazing tabletop, and these were framing it in some way.
A table, I see as the easy option for me.
Yep.
A sideboard would be a more challenging option for me because it's only 2 materials here, so to stretch them far enough to actually make a piece of furniture that you will sit in front of and stare at every day, it'd be quite a challenge.
Rupert's never one to shy away from a challenge. But how much is it going to cost?
I've got a couple of days' work on this. I would like to really, go to town on this piece.
So we're looking at a 400 or so quid.
I think that's about right.
I've left Rupert in there piecing together that jigsaw and trying to make a sideboard out of the door and that old angle iron. I think he's got his work cut out, but he's so enthusiastic about it. I think there's potential for real profit from this piece.
To make a sideboard out of all that rubbish will cost you around £400. So Sarah will be aiming high in the sale of this one. With the worn leather and the deconstructed door being dealt with by the designers, it's time for Sarah to generate some cash of her own. And back at her barn, she's hoping the antique writing slope will do just that.
And I was really pleased to save this the other day. I love the fact that we found something that was really old, and it's a charming piece. It's got sweet little things like its own key still with it. So to think that it was going to be thrown away, I'm really pleased that I rescued it. It's not in great condition, and that makes me worry about how much it's actually going to be worth. There's big chips off the veneer all around here, and I think it's had some restoration on it. In here, in the hinges, you can see how they've been nailed back in rather than screwed, and they're not the original ones. This isn't going to be worth a fortune, but I don't think it should get thrown away. And I know that because of the details on the front of it, the fact it's got the key and the lock, a lovely shield on the front and the escutcheon here, people might even buy it just to be able to reuse those to restore something else. I think the best thing I can do with it is to polish it up and make it look prettier, and then take some lovely pictures of it so that you can see all the details, so it has lots of appeal to lots of different people.
When polishing up old veneer like this, it's best to avoid harsh chemicals. A thorough rub with a dry cloth will do the job.
This is my very naughty puppy. Come here. It never does what it's told, do you?
And the mere mention of a rub has brought Bramble in.
I think it's looking better. I'm not an expert on wood. I'm just wondering if that's a mahogany veneer or maybe walnut. Oh wow, that looks really good on there.
Sarah's planning to sell the piece online to the highest bidder.
I'm going to take photographs from every angle of it and the detail and the damage that it's got, so that whoever buys it has got the whole picture.
Well, maybe, looking at the state of it, less is more.
Come here.
A quick look online to compare prices, and things are looking promising.
So this one's similar, and it's £44.50, but I'd say that's got a slightly Art Deco-y, sort of 40s-y maybe feel to it. So I think that one is newer than our one. Victorian writing slope. Right, so there it is. It's listed. Let's hope that it makes £30. Maybe, on a good day, £40. Fingers crossed. All we can do now is wait to see if it makes any money.
Let the bidding begin. Sarah hasn't spent a penny on the writing slope, so any money made from it is truly profit. Back in East London, it's blazer cape time. And you know, I'm coming round to the idea. It's a blazer and it's a cape. Come on, I want one. So, Chinello, where do we begin?
I decided to dump the blazer cape idea this morning.
No. Why?
Because I just woke up and I thought, how is this going to work? So I'm going to make a dress out of this. So more of a shift style dress. And also I really wanted to put my own signature on this. So the jacket thing is not really something I do. Dresses, they're more my thing.
Oh, OK. I'll have to find my own blazer cape then. But what's your idea for the dress?
Okay, so my initial idea is to have this part here at the bottom, and then this would have made up, the top half of the dress. So the dress is mainly in the leather, and then this would have been sleeve, and that would be a neckline there.
Chinello's planning on using wax print fabric for the sleeves, a typical material for clothing in Africa. And although this material is dark, they're more commonly vibrant, colourful cotton prints, which historically were used as a non-verbal communication that could indicate status or wealth among African women.
I'm just trying to straighten out all the edges and I was just making my dress a little bit shorter than I want it to be.
With the chair and stool completely stripped, Chinello has all the materials she has to work with. So now it's just a matter of sewing it all together.
Still want to use some of the original seams from the sofa. So I'm going to keep some of those in place, and I'm using contrasting thread that matches with the fabric that I've decided to use for the sleeves. I'm going to use that to create some seam details.
Chinello is sewing the panels together using robust and hard-wearing thread. Perfect for heavy leather stitching.
Can you see that?
But there's a problem.
Don't know why it's doing that. I need to work out why it's doing that.
The leather panels keep slipping away from each other.
It's moving. So I'm not sure whether it's too worn or if there's some kind of waxing on it that's making it slide along each other. See, it jumps down as you try to sew it. Even though I start with the needle inside of it, so it shouldn't do that at all, it still jumps.
This could potentially be it for the sofa dress.
If it's not going to sew, what am I going to do with it?
The more worn sections seem impossible to sew together, and considering most of it is well worn, Chinello might not have enough material to make a wallet, never mind a dress.
Because it's not like it's not sewing it, it sews it in bits and then it just gathers it up at the bottom, and it was doing the same thing on that machine, so I moved over here.
What are we gonna do now?
I'm not sure we'll be able to do this one.
Is this the end of the road for Chinello's dress? Let's give her a chance to think. Meanwhile, over in sunny Margate, let's hope that Rupert's having more luck with the angle iron and the old barn door.
I know that I'm going to make a sideboard out of all of these pieces. And yeah, I don't want this to be a sort of typical shabby chic piece. I want this to be really quite polished. It's just going to be a bit of a labour of love to make it a high quality finish.
Rupert's planning on leaving the chip paint effect on the wood as a feature, which doesn't sound like a quality finish to me. But what do I know?
Although I know what I'm making, I've got to strip it down and prepare the materials.
The nuts and bolts holding it together have fused shut with rust.
Just going to cut these off.
But Rupert can cut them off with his cut-off tool. That's what it's actually called.
Just use a hammer because these will still be quite hot.
Once the door is taken apart,
a few more screws.
You can get an idea of how much usable wood he has to work with. But it's all looking a bit crumbly. And it's not looking good.
This is a good representation of the door overall, in that it is just crumbling. It's got a lot of normal rot and a lot of dry rot. Ideally, any carpenter making a cabinet doesn't start with rotten wood. Now on this table is everything that's really usable. I've got it down from what was a pile of rubbish to an organised pile of rubbish.
I suppose that's some progress.
There's still a good 60% of this door that we can reuse.
With just enough wood to construct a sideboard, Rupert gets to work sawing the usable pieces into planks to match his very intricate blueprint on the floor. Next comes the angle iron, which will form the structure of the cabinet. Angle iron became very popular amongst do-it-yourselfers. With its easy-to-assemble design, it was possible for almost anyone to build anything from shelving units to greenhouses.
The more I put together, the closer I'm getting to working out what this needs to become.
Rupert's on a roll and looks to have this finished in no time. But wait a minute.
That's one short and two wide. That's one short. Where are the other pieces of wood? I've miscalculated it.
Uh-oh. With such little door to work with, That doesn't sound good.
Oh, this is nuts. This is a problem with having a warehouse full of rubbish, that I often lose a piece of wood that I just cut.
Good luck finding it in there, Rupert. Maybe Sarah will be happy with half a sideball. Back in Sussex, Sarah's online auction of the writing slope is nearing an end.
Exciting.
She was hoping for around £40, and with a few seconds to go, it's sold.
Well, the writing slope has sold, but it hasn't made great money. It's made 15 quid, which is better than nothing because it was literally about to go into a skip. So if that has only made £15, I want to make a bit more money than that to give back to Pete. I think I'm going to have to take up the golf tee challenge.
Oh no, I'd forgotten about them.
What should we do with them then?
Don't ask me.
Art installation? Looking at all the golf tees floating around in there, maybe I could make like a golf tee loo seat so you sit down on it and it's a bit naff.
I'm certainly getting a whiff of something.
But I think I've got it now. It's going to be a tribal style necklace. Cool, hey?
Anything you say.
If I wrap this really cool red wire around, and then it might make the golf tees look a bit more attractive, a bit more tribal.
Well, I suppose it's not bad for a last-ditch attempt to make money.
I'm going to make a few of them and hope that I make some money that way.
But finding a buyer of tribal jewellery might be tough. Back at the dump, Sarah was rustling through Peter and Michael's box of old bits.
So this is our rubbish what we're just throwing in everything.
Ooh, look.
First came the golf tees.
There's something cool about that, isn't there?
And then an antique writing slope.
Oh, look, isn't that clever the way it opens up?
The writing slope underperformed online.
It hasn't made great money. It's made 15 quid.
So Sarah got to work on the tees and, eventually, produced some multicoloured tribal-esque necklaces. Sarah showcased them at her barn sale and was optimistic the country-living crowd would get behind them.
I'm putting them out at £10 each. I've got some more to come out later, and I think they look really cool.
But despite being a big talking point of the day, they remained unsold. Sarah contacted Peter, whom the two items had been taken from, to arrange to hand over the £15 from the sale of the writing desk, but alas, without success.
So Peter has been very busy, so I haven't managed to catch up with him, but I have got £15 here that I'm going to send off to him, and I hope he's going to have a drink on us.
So it's been a disappointing turnout for the boys, but still, 15 quid for what was rubbish is still better than a kick in the golf balls. Back in southeast London, when we last saw Chinello, her head was in her hands and the leather was in a heap on the floor. Her sewing machine had met its match, and now Sarah's on her way to see something, I hope.
So this is the kind of transformation that really stretches my imagination. I've dropped off a chair and a footstool, and I'm coming to pick up a dress.
Well, you're in luck. With the help of a specialist leather sewing foot, don't ask, Chinello has taken the bum-battered sofa and transformed it into an amazing bodice. I'm still a bit disappointed about the blazer cape though. Chinello used a wax print fabric to create the skirt and sleeves. And the beaded detail lines the plunging neckline. Wow, I hope Sarah doesn't want to try it on.
Hello. Hello. Ah, that must be it. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Really well.
What were you expecting?
I wasn't expecting beading or detail like this. And I was thinking suede because of the back of it.
Yeah, I was going to, but all of the back pieces were so different. and there was nothing uniform at all. I thought,
I don't think that's a problem. It looks amazing, doesn't it? I love the way you've got the darts in here.
Yeah, I thought let's carry on with the, you know, the whole leather feel of things, you know, because usually it's, you know, so many panels put together and they just do all the outside stitching sort of decoratively. So I've done that as well.
It's got your signature sassiness about it, hasn't it? Because this is quite revealing, isn't it? And this isn't long, is it?
Would you like to try it on?
No, I can't try it on. What, seriously?
Okay. Yeah, if you'd like to.
Go on then, I'm happy to give it a go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Look
take
away.
them.
Sarah, there are kids watching.
I think I'll keep this on.
Thank goodness. Are you stuck, Sarah? Help her out, Chinello.
It actually does look nice on you.
Someone please stop her.
There you go.
Brilliant. That is amazing. Thank you so much. I'll keep in touch and tell you where it goes.
All right, thank you. Mwah. Let's know how she goes. I thought that was so cool that Sarah tried the dress on, but I think what she really needs is some high heels and a night out. Yeah.
Back at the dump, Sarah saw potential in Chris's faded leather.
If I can get this leather off here, it's beautiful, it's really soft.
More bums have been on that one.
The bum bashing didn't bother Sarah, but Chris was sceptical.
Considering that, you know, the city's about 10, 12 years of age, I think she'll struggle to do anything with it, really.
Luckily, Chris was proved wrong. With the expert eye of Chinello, it was transformed into something spectacular. Sarah's been working her socks off to find a buyer. But with this bespoke piece, made to measure no one in particular, Sarah's been unsuccessful in finding someone it will fit. Sarah travelled back to Stockport to tell Chris the bad news. But you never know, it might fit him.
Hi Chris, how are you doing?
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Hello.
Your sofa has been to the most fabulous dress designer.
Okay.
She's called Chinello Bally, and she is a freestyle cutter of fabrics.
Okay.
And this is what has become of your chair and your...
Wow, very, very different.
Is it different?
Extremely different.
It's
I do recognise the leather, but that'll be it.
So our brief to her was, you know, do what you like. We had a few different ideas about maybe she'd make it into a cape or a blazer or something like that. But in the end, she's made a really striking dress from it. So what do you think? It's not your size, is it?
It's definitely not my cup of tea, as in wearing-wise, but I can see that it looks good quality and it's really different. So yeah, it's definitely it's not a city anymore, isn't it?
At this stage, what I'd really like to be saying was I've made your chair into a dress and I've sold your dress and bring you some money, but I haven't had time to sell it yet. So what I would like to do, if it's all right, is hang on to your dress and try and sell it for you at a profit, and then be in touch with some money at a later date.
Okay.
Chinello's work cost £250 to create the dress, but as yet it has unfortunately failed to sell, which means Chris will have to wait a little bit longer before he receives any profit.
Well, it was great to be able to show Chris the dress that Chinello actually made, but I wish I'd been able to turn up with some money for nothing. But hopefully I'll be in touch soon and have something to share with him.
I didn't know what she was going to make, but her dress would have been definitely the last on the list, let's just say. So yeah, definitely wasn't the case that I was thinking she was going to make a dress out of it at all.
So, with the majority of items remaining unsold so far, Sarah will have high hopes for today's final find, Rupert's sideboard, which he's putting finishing touches to now. That is, if he's found that extra wood.
So what do you get if you drop off a load of old metal and a broken door? I'm hoping for one of Rupert's signature sideboards and something that looks fantastic.
Before, it was a rotten and rusty pile of wood and metal. Now, it's a super sideboard, oozing with charm. Maintaining the flaked paint effect, it is bang on trend amongst folk who like that kind of thing. The body is made up of one cupboard for storage and shelves for feature ornaments or electronic equipment. He even kept the door's original handle. It won't fit in everyone's house, but you have to admit it, it's an astounding achievement from Rupert. Good show, young man. Sarah's gonna love it.
Hi, Rupert. Hiya.
Sarah. Welcome back.
Lovely to see you. Is that it?
That is it.
Wow. What have you been up to?
Here it is. It's definitely a fun one. It's been quite a bit of work to turn a pile of rotten painted wood and a bit of old scrap metal into something usable, into a new sideboard and cabinet for your home. I did say I was going to retain some of the paintwork. I've retained nearly all of the paintwork, I'm afraid.
That was my favourite bit. I absolutely loved all of that distress and that kind of thing. I think it is charming. It's not too big. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it.
I tried not to make it too specific to one room. Hopefully it's a multi-use sort of piece of furniture.
Can I have a look inside the cupboard?
Yeah, please do.
Oh, it's green! Fantastic!
So, I couldn't tell. Did you like it or not, Sarah? I think it's a hit. And coming in on budget at £400 means there's room for a bit of money to be made.
I'm just so pleased you like it. I'll go and get the van then.
Yeah, thank you. I have to get over £500 for this little beauty.
Back at the dump, Sarah ambushed Derek for his angle iron.
Yes, it was in our greenhouse.
Oh, fantastic.
Derek had confidence in Sarah's abilities.
It's only one piece, as long as she's handy with a paintbrush.
But it was missing something to tie it all together. And then she found it 2 minutes later.
Your next dining room table, sir?
She wasn't far off. Thanks to Rupert, it was transformed into a bespoke sideboard. Sarah's invited one of the country's leading retro furniture dealers to see if he was interested. And it turned out he's a big fan of Rupert's.
Well, I love this, and I love his work.
With a fish on the hook, Sarah tried to reel him in with some big figures.
Probably in order to see profit, I need to sell this for £550.
It's tight.
That figure was a bit too big. But with a bit of negotiation,
I would really like to have it.
They came to an agreement. Sarah's back in Stockport to show Derek what was made of his old greenhouse and hand over the cash.
Hi there, hi Derek, how are you doing?
Okay. Not bad yourself?
Yeah, very
Good to see you
well.
again.
Yes, and you. Any ideas what we might have done with your frames?
I can't think of anything except the same that was before, a shelving unit of some sort, or maybe an art display unit.
Yeah, well, actually, they were turned into a sideboard, and I've got some pictures to show you.
Okay.
Hopefully you can see where your frames are in the...
Wow.
It was
You got
made...
rid of all the rust and everything as well. Looks brilliant.
Do you think?
Yeah, it looks really good. Wow.
They
I never
were-
thought it would amount to anything except scrap metal.
So you approve of what we did with it?
Yes, no, it looks really good. You managed to find a good home for it?
Yeah, a good home, and actually managed to sell it at a profit.
Oh, wow.
So I'm here tonight to give you £100 profit from your frames.
Oh, wow, okay.
To spend on whatever
wow,
you'd like.
Thanks very much. Okay, perfect. Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Any ideas what you might do with £100?
Well, I wasn't expecting this. I don't think any money back of it, so I thought I'll donate it to charity.
Oh,
Got
really?
a local animal shelter charity around the corner that's always in need of something, so...
That sounds like a great idea, and somebody has gone on to have a lovely piece of furniture made out of the materials you dropped off. So
Brilliant.
I think sounds like it was all good.
Gets a bit of good use out of it.
Yeah.
Great.
Lovely. Well, really nice to catch up with
No,
you,
thanks
and
very much.
absolute pleasure. And
Yeah.
lovely use of money. That's
Oh,
great.
brilliant. Thanks very
Okay,
much.
take care.
Okay,
Thank you very
cheers,
much.
bye.
Bye-bye.
So Rupert charged £400 to transform the pile of old metal and pieces of door into a sideboard. But the sale of £500 made a profit for Derek of £100.
I wasn't expecting anything in the slightest, half of what you maybe made, or if anything at all. But no, it's come out looking really good.
I love the fact that Derek has chosen an animal charity to give the money to. We've got a little fan down here. I'm going to go home and tell Bramble that there's £100 going to a really good cause.
Sarah salvaged 3 unwanted items from the Bredbury Recycling Centre. Chris's old leather sofa turned into a beautiful bodice dress. Derek's ancient angle iron transformed into a super sideboard. And the writing slope and golf tees have been given a new lease of life.
So 2 out of 3 items sold for a profit and a lot of fun had along the way. Next time, we could be making something from an item you no longer love. See you at the tip.